The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out more.
Welcome to the All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. With Greg and Joe. The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. Greg and Joe.
Bun burger burger bun bun burger burger bun bun burger bun. I think I completely messed that up. Welcome to episode 76 of the All Seeing Guys.
We freestyled it.
I, of course, am Greg,
Obviously, I'm Joe.
and today we're joined by our good friend from the strange, far-off foreign land of America. We're here with Rhys from the Fighting Cocks.
It's not even okay. So you said
Well
the
done, Greg.
far
Now
off
he's got
thing, and then
issues.
you kind of went Australian for a second.
Why not?
The far off place of America. like,
You went Steve Irwin with it.
if you look here, yeah, like
I thought I started going a bit like
Quirky, what a whipper. Oh,
Exactly.
why can I not say my R's all of a sudden?
New Earth with it, whatever the fuck it's called. Fucking
oh
Lord of Rings.
the
From the far-off
yeah the
foreign
nature
land of
thing,
America.
yeah, the nature like planet Earth. What's the new one?
a
the new
long
what?
time ago.
No,
a
the
country
planet. There's a
far,
new
far
one. There's
away.
the ocean one.
Oh, there's many ocean ones.
Well, no, because you know what I mean, though. The BBC just did it.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Radiohead
yeah,
did the
yeah.
music. Yeah, it was a big thing. I really want to watch that.
Welcome to the All Seeing Guys. Welcome to what Rhys wants to watch. Live in your ears, but not live at all. Rhys, it's good to have you here. How are you?
And no,
Pre-recorded.
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
for
man. Thanks for coming along.
It is a gorgeous.
About fucking time. We talked about it.
So
last
Yeah,
night.
we
Exactly.
have talked about it for a long time.
It's
and
been a while. You've gone and recorded a podcast you never put out since then.
I told you when I go, it will go online.
I heard it.
I'd
It's
like
good.
that. You've heard all of it.
Yeah. He sent it
man.
ages ago. I did forward it to you. But I
It
didn't
is.
listen to it.
It's a decent length as well. I think it's like 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, that's people will listen to that.
I heard that over a year
we
ago.
struggled to keep people for an hour and a half.
Because it was Rhys and Jack, obviously Jack Webber, Wolf of Kingston, on Open All Powers and here.
Blah, blah,
and
blah,
his
yeah.
and his podcast.
He's in
is a
everything,
wonderful
man.
phrase.
He's in everything.
He's all
gonna-
over the place, Jack.
he
He's all
is
over the fucking place.
He's going to be the podcast Kevin Feige.
But
2
like
years.
you guys did, but you guys
2
did
years.
the episode together, and I heard it like the same week we put out the kebab episode of Jack.
We should have seen this coming, really.
Yeah.
Oh, him making a podcast.
I'm just a
You know.
springboard.
I've created a monster.
Yeah, I'm just a springboard. He used
chopped liver.
he used my popularity against me. But yeah, no. So because we submitted some of that, because some of that is public.
Yeah.
Because some of that is in your very, very fucked up
Oh yeah.
anniversary thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where you
You
didn't even
talking about
talk
the
about it. I was so angry because
You
you
were
were
talking
so
about the
drunk
sim-
that
yeah,
you were singing "Kiss from a Rose" instead.
Yeah, I made a sick ass playlist on YouTube. Which
I think
like,
you
that,
gave
that's
it to
still
me
available to like view that playlist.
I think you
That's
gave
right.
me that audio clip after we had recorded the episode, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. Maybe not. No, I think we did talk about.
Well, no, because you were
Simpsons.
like, because you said like, send
Oh,
stuff in,
yeah, I
send stuff
don't know.
in,
I
and
was
we'll
really
put it
drunk,
on,
I don't remember.
and
Yeah.
and so that is an artifact from that very, very long,
When this-
basically 4 or 5 beer long conversation of me sitting by the sitting where the pantry is, and Jack sitting on the dryer
so American.
in the Fighting Cocks,
Yeah.
and my phone in between us.
For what coming out of a phone, it's great quality.
I mean, I mixed it.
He knows his sound.
The university degree's got to pay for something, right?
Before we start diving into conversation with Rhys, let's kick things off with a bit of cucking geezedropping.
I would like that.
Cucking.
Cucking. I'm trying to keep it family friendly.
Cuckolding geezedropping.
We're getting
That's
younger
the porn on
listeners,
the mind.
This
still,
is
sorry.
this is something I heard whilst I was watching my wife get fucked.
Geezedropping, of course, hearing snippets of overheard conversation by strangers.
Geezedropping. Having a listen.
Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna go first.
You go first, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe has geese drops this week.
Can you believe it?
Joe, what have you been overhearing when on your out and aboutness?
Well, let me tell you, I'm currently trying to find out. Oh,
I
don't
thought
tell
you
me.
were going to
Wasn't
go first,
ready
Joe.
for
I
the
shouldn't have
bit.
made you
He
already.
wasn't ready for the bit. He talked a big game.
I wanted to jump in there first, but realised I had to get my phone ready, and then I got a new phone, and you're not allowed to like. Whereas before,
Not
I used to
allowed?
like make like memos. Just
My
in, like,
eyes are
text
narrowed.
message. They,
They are like
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. It's a phone.
all right. Okay.
Everybody's got a fucking smartphone these days. Like everybody knows how a phone works.
So I went out. I had leaving drinks for someone at work last night,
you
so I was out
mentioned
in
that,
Wimbledon. I heard this one in the toilet. I was in the toilet stall.
Already a good setup.
I know.
that's good geese drop.
I was in the stall, and there was.
I just got that.
Oh,
It's a good joke.
thank you. It's, yeah, no,
You gotta
can't-
give it a second.
You can't
It's a
deny
good
it.
joke,
Like,
yeah.
I was in the stall, and these two guys were at the trough, if you will.
we having a shit.
No, I wasn't having a shit. I just can't.
No,
piss in
he's
front of
got to
other
be. He's got to
people.
have that safety,
Privacy,
man.
I get that.
No, he's got to have that safety. I know about your
Yeah.
mishaps.
I'm a man of insecurity.
No,
Yeah,
it's
man.
fine. It's fine.
Dude, if I'd had that happen to me, I would go in the toilet. That's why I'd go in the.
Absolutely.
I'd go in the stall every time.
But yeah, no, there was two guys at the trough, and I overheard one of them just literally say, "Why have I got such a small penis?" The guy next
person
to him.
doesn't have the answers.
I'm not sure though that the guy next to him was his
Was
mate.
his mate.
I think it was just a random person because he said like, "Mate, what you on?" And then whilst I was in the smoking area,
Even if you were friends, though.
I know, no. I mean, if I wouldn't turn to Greg and say that.
Unless you're like that, unless
Yes,
you're
you
like
would.
you guys level of friends, then it would just
think
be
you have.
funny because that's like a bit. No, yeah, if you're like really good friends, but if it was just like a mate you're out drinking with.
It's just like, dude, is this small?
It's average.
It's average.
Averagely small.
Averagely small.
Averagely small.
It's like I'm a female medium.
It's big for a clitoris.
Clitoras.
Clitoris.
You're a clitoras.
Clitoris.
That's how fucking
That
posh
should be.
people fucking
That's got to
talk
be a.
dirty to each
That's
other.
got to be a sex shop name.
Touch
That's
my
it.
clitoris.
We live in Kingston. man.
Clitoras.
It's got to be a sex shop.
Clitoris, man.
Clitoras.
If you're gonna
Can we
talk, if you're
we're
gonna
just
talk
we're just
dirty
gonna, we're
in Kingston-
saying literally the same word over and over again.
No, 'cause
So,
if
Joe,
you're
what was
gonna-
your smoking area geese
Okay,
job?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The other thing I heard whilst in the smoking area was I don't know who said it, but they just went, "I skinned up on a copy of the Quran once."
Oh man, that's hate speech now. So we're gonna.
I frantically reached for my phone when I heard that. I was like, I got to remember that because that's brilliant.
Oh, good geese
That's my
dropping.
that's
Joe.
my geese drops.
Good geese dropping.
Yeah.
Am I right thinking you have a geese
I
drop,
have
Rhys?
one.
Go for
So
it.
I have one and a half because there's one that I
have.
there's one that I have that I actually collected while I knew that I was gonna be here at some point.
Excellent.
And then there's one that I sent you one time that I just love because
Might you have said the one that he sent
He
you?
sent me a few.
because like I haven't listened to every episode. I'm catching up now actually because I've got a lot of time in the studio.
The only one I remember reading out from yours was one when you geese dropped Joe. I think I might
Oh,
have
the
that one.
whole Miley Cyrus thing.
Yeah.
Which is just true.
Yeah.
Really.
Was that about her pissing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe found more interest in her when a video or picture was released of her getting pissed on or something.
Nah,
wasn't it?
she was just pissing in the street.
Right, and all of a sudden
it
Joe
was like
interested.
a small thing.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not that I was interested. I just thought like.
It
oh,
just
fair
that
enough.
she became more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So my one is
I'm not into piss.
we know
I
we
need
said,
to-
you said it in
we
that
know.
you said it in that episode. You don't
Yeah.
have to fucking prove anything to me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, we know.
The conversation,
we know
the
you're lying.
conversation about the last 24 hours of my life should just prove that you don't have to prove anything.
Nah, fair enough.
No, so the one that I've got, I'd collected, I've bought a cooler. That's my new thing. I'm a super American now. I have a cooler of beer that I take to the river.
Oh, nice.
So, me and Peter.
Did you fill it
Park-
with ice?
Yeah, no, because
got it.
like
Yeah,
so
it's
we
cooler.
bought the cooler. I'll tell you the story. It's
Strap
not long.
in.
It's not long. It's not one of those Rhys stories. So went to New Malden because they sell PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. The beer,
Yeah.
Oh, right.
in the big Tesco in New Malden.
Yeah.
And Peter Park told me about it, the singer of Werewolves. And so we went together, and I was like, fuck, it's the best. It's the first nice day of the year. I'm going to get a cooler. And so I got it.
They had that in Tesco's as well, I imagine, did they?
£12.
Nice.
Yes, is the
So
answer.
we got Uber back to the Cox, filled it with ice from the ice machine, stuck the beer in there, and as we're walking over, we're getting to the bit that's like right by Busaba. but like on the other side. So I don't know the stores. So like the Blacks, I think there is.
Oh, the camping
the
place.
Blacks.
Yeah.
The Black store.
The Blacks.
Yeah.
I've said it too many times.
They sell
I've said it too many
outdoors
times.
equipment for those listeners confused.
It's just Blacks.
And we're walking through one of the little alcoves, and all I hear is, okay. I have to.
Oh, you're doing a voice?
Disembodied.
Doing a voice.
I have no idea who it was. All I heard was, but I didn't ask you how you were doing. Which is, and there was no response that I could hear. So either it was a phone thing, or like someone was just silenced by that.
Man, that could have been anyone.
Exactly.
They were talking to. You could say that to anyone you're pissed off with. You could say
They were
that.
basically just like, hey, and they were just like, I'm glad you asked.
You could say that to anyone you're pissed off with, or like a cold caller. Like you could do that to anyone on the phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
The possibilities for who was on the end of that comment.
Which is
could-
why I
are
wrote it
endless.
down, because like
that person is so sick of everyone's shit.
I just see like a fucking like a little bit too fat 43-year-old dude who's a little bit too angry at the world.
Yeah.
Like, but no, and before I forget, which is just because I know you didn't read it on the podcast now, is the one from the airport that I sent you where I was late to a flight and therefore had like 6 hours to spend in Heathrow Terminal 2. I was sitting eating breakfast, and all I heard is a mom say to a daughter, "Oh, so how was it?" And then a couple lines of stuff that I didn't hear, and then all I heard was piss and shit everywhere. And I think the text just barely made it to you before I played.
It was bad.
Exactly.
How was it? It was bad. Piss and shit everywhere.
Yeah, I
I'm never
kinda
going
wanna
to
know-
that restaurant again.
I kind of want to know what happened in that middle section that you missed.
Yes.
That's
I
Losing
feel
your
like that's going to really open
I
up.
think that's the quality of a good geesedrop.
Losing
That's
my
something that you
virginity
don't
was
know.
not what it's cracked up to be.
You have to you have to kind of sort of like make your own decisions about what the context of that
Well,
conversation
you're
is.
assigning a narrative at that point.
Yeah,
I was going in.
lovely. What do you? What
I
have you
haven't-
heard?
What have you heard?
I have. Well, I haven't heard either of these. They've been sent in.
Well, you always
Excellent.
have the best ones anyway.
So, well, like, these
true.
aren't me. This is sent in by Stuart Bailey of
Yeah.
Weekend Warm Up Radio fame. He sent us a tweet saying, "Overheard classy conversation in a pub in Stratford. I waded through the water, and the water went over my waterproofs. I'm not happy as my fanny got wet."
Oh, that's like American Fanny, maybe.
yeah, well, I mean, no, because that brings up so many different possibilities, just like the whole fucking balls thing.
Yeah.
Like, who was? We don't have context.
No.
We're assigning a narrative. Or is it some old?
I'm imagining.
British woman?
I'm
Is it
imagining
some old British woman,
in my
or
head.
is it some old American woman talking about her butt?
Yeah, in my head, I was thinking of an old British woman.
Yeah.
But obviously, yes,
I
fanny.
don't think
bottom.
old women are brazenly going to be talking about their fannies that much though. Like,
I don't know. It was in a.
You know, I've
Stratford.
never thought about that until now.
yeah,
I reckon
Thanks
that's
for
all
that.
they've got. I reckon that's all they've got to
these
talk
thoughts
about,
haunt
isn't
my
it?
fucking brain, mate.
That's all they've got to talk about, though, isn't it?
Fannies?
Yeah, their own.
No, but I just don't think they'd use the term
I
fanny.
mean, like, I assume
I
you
assume
get,
it's
you get
still
to that
there.
age. You get to that age, either it's happening or it's not, right?
I feel like they've had stupid names, like they're Whoopsie or something.
No, that's what
Got my
children
whoopsie
say,
wet.
Joe.
Whoops a daisy. That's what Hugh Grant says.
Like, we've had enough conversations about aging to the point where, like, you know that as you get older, you care less.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's gonna call it. She's either gonna call it a word that I don't say a lot.
I mean, mate,
or
when I
she's
hear,
gonna, or she's gonna call it her fanny.
I think I remember waking up on my 30th birthday and just thinking, "Fuck this!" Like, just,
See, I'm 23, so I'm not looking forward to that.
nah,
now.
it's fine.
Man, 23, 10 years younger.
Really,
It's crazy.
I thought you were older than
doesn't
that.
seem that way, does it?
No.
Ah.
I suppose at this
Very
age,
mature
does
for
it?
your age.
Well, I
Yes.
think it's probably because it's probably because I met you guys so long ago.
How long ago did we meet?
Oh, like 3 years.
Oh, that's for later. No, that's obviously we're probably gonna talk.
That
about
is
that,
for later.
right?
We'll talk about that
Well,
later.
no,
Yeah,
because
we haven't even heard his geese drops
yeah,
yet.
You got it.
yeah,
That's what. Because that's my favorite bit.
Yeah, there's more to come. We'll get
Yeah.
to that when we dive into Rhys history.
Dude, every time I look
Rhys
away,
three.
every
Rhys
time
three.
I look away, I just look at Nicolas Cage, man.
Joe's got his
there for?
pillow out on display today, his Nicolas Cage pillow.
Yeah, he's a
So
little
the next one was from Sam from Open All Powers.
Excellent.
Who Jack's slowly
Good
replacing.
podcast.
Jack slowly replacing.
And he sent, Joe would have seen this, he put it in our WhatsApp group. Great geese drop from this morning. Some bloke on his phone goes, "Course I could be a fucking tree surgeon. It's just giving a tree a haircut." Was it said by a barber? Like, was
That's
it
what I
said by
thought.
somebody?
As soon as I saw it, I was just like, that dude's been fired, man.
He's
Like,
disillusioned. He's 30-something. He's disillusioned with his barbering life, and he's like, I need to change.
Yeah.
How
I thought-
hard can it be?
But
I just
Just
thought no, it was like
imagine.
some apprentice that got sacked.
wow.
Just imagine if you did see a tree surgeon come to cut down a tree, and he gets up in his harness and just starts clipping at the leaves
Yeah.
with little scissors,
Go
spraying
anywhere-
it with water.
Go anywhere nice on your holidays.
Yeah. Give him
I'm
the
a
branch,
tree.
Give him the branch a
Well, no,
little
'cause that
undercut,
just makes me think of the virgin
and then holding up a
suicides,
mirror
though.
to the tree afterwards.
That just makes me think of the virgin suicides, though.
I haven't seen the
Because
film.
when the fuck else have you ever heard about a fucking tree surgeon for real?
Really?
I mean, like, because that's one of the
They
plot
were
points of the
around
movie.
this way a lot. Tree surgeons. I always see them around here.
Do you really?
Even if I just see the van.
I think it's. I think.
There's one.
I don't look for them, but
a guy that
I
runs
think
a...
it's a ridiculous job title.
I mean, it gives
Well,
it.
what
It
other-
gives
what
it.
o-
It gives it a certain medical, professional sound.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
it?
bollocks to that.
Yeah, but at the
Gardener.
same
You're a
time,
It
like,
fucking
should be
gardener.
tree
if
murderer.
you look into it a little bit,
Tree
they are
murder.
alive. It's crazy.
They are alive. Trees are
Tree
alive.
sadist.
Trees are alive. It's crazy. I've learned some shit about trees recently, which I won't bore you with now. But yeah.
Why have you learnt about trees?
Tell
Just-
me, no,
just a
like,
podcast.
If I do, actually, I'm going to write that on my phone
It
because
was
I
on a
know
podcast.
I've done a recent thing as well where
It was
I've
on
been
a.
reading about trees.
It was on
Yeah.
a Radio Lab, I think.
Ask
It's a
Greg
great episode.
about trees.
Yeah, got deep. And then I saw, what's her name? That English actress. She was in James Bond, and she was M in the new
Guess
Bond
what?
films.
Oh,
Guess what? A
Dain
lot of
Dench.
people, a lot of British
Yeah,
actors.
but then
were in
she's just
fucking
done a
James
film,
Bond.
it's a TV series about trees.
What?
Yeah, like a proper TV series about her love for trees.
that's-
So like
that's
Planet
as
Earth-
weird as
Planet
Danny
Earth,
Dyer
but-
doing one about
like
UFOs.
Planet Earth, but just the trees.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting. There's a lot
No,
to
that's
learn.
stupid, man.
No, didn't he did like a little mini thing for Richmond Park, Richard Attenborough.
That actually was really nice.
Yeah,
It
I
was
watched
really
that.
nice.
That was
Because
that's
it was
available.
this,
You can
like-
see that
And
photo
also,
on
I
YouTube.
didn't
amazing.
realize that like walking off like not on a trail was so dangerous. You know, for
Yeah.
the that.
I mean, probably not in Richmond Park, but like.
Well, no, not dangerous, but like like bad for the
Environment.
Oh, right.
environment and stuff. I didn't know any of that. Stuff.
Oh no, I thought you meant you could get lost and it's
There's
like, so.
a.
I
You've
have,
actually,
I have gotten lost many times in Richmond. Park.
there's a. This is sort of thing I'm going to say. And
My album cover picture was taken.
Oh nice,
There was, and I think it might
nice
be
plug.
Oh no, it was a podcast called Criminal. They talked about a. Well, fucking hell, I can't. What's the big parks in America?
Central Park.
Would you say? No, just the name in general. We have to
Oh, National Park.
National Park.
Yeah.
And it has this like.
I thought you meant
It
Yellowstone.
has like fossilized bark, like it's really old bark.
Oh, really?
On this tree.
Oh,
and
it's called something.
And people go there, and because this thing's millions of years old, they take some, and they've had to be like, stop taking.
Oh yeah,
the bark.
you can't do that. Yeah.
Stop taking the bark. But what's interesting is that they have a room there full of all the ones people have sent back with letters. Being
No
like,
way.
I don't want it, take it back. And I think they might have released a book by now. They were making a book of them all. Basically, everyone that took something home had like the worst fucking luck happen to them.
No
Like,
way.
Anyone that took a bit of the spark home just had shit. Their life turned to shit until they sent it back, and they would post it back with a letter being like, "I'm really sorry I took this. Take it back." They've got a whole.
Holy shit.
they've got
That's not really how it fucking works.
They've
It's an
got a whole.
ecosystem.
Yeah, well, that's it. The park's like, well, we can't put them back
All
into
you have
nature.
to
We
you have to
can't.
do is
So it's
watch
got
that
a room.
episode of The Simpsons where they go to Australia, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
The book.
god.
No, I said I told myself I wasn't going to use my phone during this, but petrified wood. That's what it's called.
Yeah, petrified. Yeah.
Because I was like fossilized wood.
was
That
really
sounds
scared.
close.
Don't trap me, tree surgeon.
Just goes, oh my god.
Tree surgeons,
Before-
man. What if they're just like the menace? What if we later, like in human evolution, we realize that they were actually full of shit all along?
They're doing nothing. On
Just up there. I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Joe just did like a painting motion there as well, like painting the leaves green. Gotta get the tree ready for summer. Like,
Nice.
this is what we do.
Just gluing on the leaves.
I like that. No,
No.
do you have any geezedropping left?
I know. What I do have before we go, because we're obviously going to go segue
We're gonna
central
go.
here. I
We
can
are
tell
gonna
we're going to
fucking-
go
it's-
places.
We are gonna go.
So before
I'm assuming
we go
a lot
places,
of cutting's going to happen here.
I tend not to cut too much anymore. I don't have time. So I just.
do you want to
Pressure's on, man.
do an editing crossover? Do
I
you want
just
me
hope it's
to edit this
fine.
No, do you want
No.
me to edit this podcast?
I think it'll be fine.
That would be funny.
This got
That'd
going.
be funny.
It's going out quick as well. This one's going out Tuesday. Should edit that.
I've got
Yeah.
I've got nothing to do. If you want me to do it,
So
I'll do it.
we released.
Keep in check.
I recently on Facebook put up one of those predictive text games.
Yeah.
You might
Yeah.
have seen it, listeners, where I put up people put type the beginning of a
Listeners,
sentence.
you're not on This American Life.
Yeah. Type for the beginning of a sentence, and then hit the middle button of your predictive text to make a sentence.
Yeah.
You see
My name's
loads
Greg.
of these.
My name's Greg Armstrong. And I'm gonna tell you about. That's right.
Yeah, it does like American Life.
Yeah.
And it creates a sentence. I've seen loads of these going around Facebook at the moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're quite fun. Sometimes you're like, I don't really get it.
I've never done one.
So
I did, but it wasn't good.
So we
didn't post it.
So I did one. I put up an image
Should've
of
just
you'll
lied,
seeing
man.
Guy's logo, just saying, type Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my, and then hit the middle button until it makes a sentence. And we had some. In fact, to everyone that actually got involved,
We've had
so
people
It was
that-
good.
many.
It was a good.
So
You know what it
I
made me
put-
realize is that people fucking love that shit because like people that have never like
Care about the
commented
show.
or anything like
Well,
were
no,
like
the same
going
thing
for
with-
it.
Oh,
Why are they
sorry,
talking-
I hit the mic. Same thing. Same thing with the fucking guitar dude.
Yeah,
People that
they got
I
sat
haven't
by
talked
the.
to in years liking that shit. Yeah.
Just a guy showing up by the river and
So
playing
what's the
guitar on a
best? What's
sunny
the
day.
best? What's the best one?
Can I just say something about that? There was one message in that thing that just said someone's like, "Are you still going to be in London? Like, I'm coming back," and you just went,
Lauren,
"No."
Lauren Luna, shout out, went to uni with her in the first year.
Hmm.
She was an exchange student from California. It would probably be easier for me to just see her in California as opposed to the one time she's going to be in London
Yeah.
in the past 3
So,
years.
for you listeners, bad form on our part. We started talking about a Facebook status Rhys put up yesterday that you have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's not even worth mentioning at this point. What's the deal
So
with the?
we had a
incest?
fair few answers, and I put it up on my Facebook, All
think I
Seeing
shared
Guys
it.
page. You shared it. I put it on Twitter. I put it on Instagram, and we had responses everywhere. So I'm gonna
Success!
I'm gonna go through a few of the fun ones we had. First up, straight away in the blink of an eye, was Tony Gordon from Bones Knows How I Read a Tune. Greg and
Absolute
Joe's
Don.
incest talk ruined my day off, so I'm going. So I'm going on my day to get my hair and wet clothes, and don't have any plans today.
Sounds like you have
I
plans,
didn't
Tony.
realize they could be that long.
Yeah.
That's a whole story.
Sentence.
You have to do it until it makes sense.
I need to do one, I guess. Then
Tom from Anywhere But Here podcast, Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life.
Marathon runner, Tom.
He's not the runner. Oh,
shit, shit.
Runner. We had a lot of ruined
that's
my life
such an
and ruined
obvious
my
one,
day
but
off.
it took me by surprise so hard. It ruined my life. That's great.
There was a lot of Greg's incest talk ruined my life, work, and day off.
Yeah.
But as Ed messaged me during the day when this was happening and was like, "That game you're playing on Facebook is really interesting. You get a real insight into what
And
people
just 'cause
send
it's
on
what
their
people
phones."
say.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
what
Like-
people most commonly say on their phone.
Yeah,
yeah.
right. He's like, you get a real insight into people's lives.
Yeah.
And once he said that to me, I was really studying the responses. I didn't really think about it before.
What you've basically been involved in, people, is a psychological test for Greg's amusement.
It's like if you've ever played Fallout, basically, if you know, this is super
Oh, yeah,
niche.
man.
If you've ever played Fallout, basically what the vaults are in the story.
Yeah.
Because like, it just turned out that it's a way that they could fuck with people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
It was all
that's-
like an
that's
experiment.
What this is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
You're
just an
learning.
experiment.
You're learning fucked up shit about your friends.
Yep.
Norman Trousers, Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life, and I will be a bit of a rabbit's foot and ankle boots in a half hour.
What is the rabbit's foot?
So, but I'm going to a bit of a rabbit's foot and my ankles. That made no sense.
So you
I
know-
reckon the rabbit's foot's a
Whoa.
pub, maybe.
So like,
That doesn't make
who
yeah.
is that?
Norman Trousers is a podcast host.
Cool. Because like, what's his like?
What's his deal?
Yeah. Exactly.
Carrie, who we all know from the Finding Cox, Greg
Oh,
and
Carrie,
Joe's
one of the
incest
most
talk.
lovely people
She's
in the
very
entire
lovely.
Oh, mate.
damn world.
Greg and Joe's incest
Lime
talk
in her
ruined
drink
my
always.
phone.
What was that?
Ruined her phone.
Nice and simple. Nice and simple.
That's
Life,
it.
phone, yeah, those are the best ones, man.
Done.
Becca from Finding Cox, Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my day and the kids and the children and the other kids, and they're not doing well.
And the other kids.
the first-
And the other kids is
That's
the best bit of
first
that.
one that I saw. That's what I was talking about before, and I couldn't remember. You told me who it was.
The kids, the children, and the other kids.
Because like it's funny because I know that she works in a school, but like
yeah.
that's funny anyway.
Yeah.
It was very surprising to see Tyrone pop up.
I know, man.
Oh no!
I can't believe he's still alive.
And
I saw him
Tyrone,
yesterday.
no way, I never see him.
I never see him anymore.
Yeah, well, you know how he kind of crops up in seasons.
Tyrone drinks
Well,
the Finding
as a
Cox.
way-
I think he's been on a vote. He was on the. We had some audio of him on the.
Yeah.
Finding
You're
Cox
never alone
episode.
when we're with Tyrone.
No,
You really aren't.
Yeah.
Tyrone said.
Even if you want to be.
Greg,
Yeah, that's when he's there.
And I want to be.
Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life, and I love you so much more than you want me to. That was Tyrone.
That's amazing.
Ed's. I love Ed's because Ed's is basically just him because he only messages me and you to arrange
I
to
know.
go. To
I
arrange to go
read
to
his
drink.
and I was just like,
Ed's is basically a text to me asking if I'm going to go to the Grove for a beer. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life and the bus back in a bit of the Grove beverages.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
It really had a good potential starting out, didn't it?
It was great. I saw that going in a direction.
Greg, you have an iPhone, right?
Yes.
How does it? Because I want to do one. I've never done one before. How does it work?
The middle button.
So that,
Ruined.
so that when you write a message,
Does it have to be a text?
you write it in here, and this middle button here makes words.
See, I'm a sound
There you
tech. I
go.
still don't know like the most simple things about technology.
I
I don't need a computer to tell me what I'm gonna say.
Nah,
I know
you're not,
what my
Stephen,
phone-
you're not
I-
Stephen Hawking.
I'm just going to recite my last message.
No, but doesn't he tell the computer what it's gonna say?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, shit, no more. That's dating this podcast.
Yes.
Ross Barringer, one of the young settle bucks from my work. Shout outs, Ross. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my day just because you want to talk about your man. This was a fucking great one from Joe Piper. Greg and Joe's
Joe.
incest talk ruined my mum and dad.
I think I saw that one. It's the simple,
Thanks,
it's
Joe.
the concise ones, man.
Yeah. It's to the point.
Because it's hard hitting, and then it leaves so much to imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked Lizzie's.
Oh, yeah, no.
My
I
wife
really just being
listeners, here we
highlight.
go.
Oh, this is gonna be
Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my day off, so I'm not going back at home at night. But again, then we get another one of those ones that is obviously just the last text they sent.
Yeah.
And this was Tom Snapes, who obviously
I
appeared
saw
on
it, mate. Tom's
who
is the
appeared on
best
our
one.
Preppers episode. Tom Snapes. Greg and Joe, who this will make sense in a minute. His girlfriend is Becca, who had the kids one earlier.
Yeah.
Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life, and Becca can head over after that if it's doable. And I'll let you know somebody's got the spot we wanted.
boat related humor.
Love it.
And then Natty G popped up.
Ah, shouts, Natty G.
Congratulations on little baby Natty G. Mm-hmm. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my mum and dad and my baby sister more than a couple of times.
That's no good, man.
Rob Augustus,
Her
who made the
sister's not a
theme tune.
baby.
But
Not
it's
anymore.
Just, no, dude, it had all the ingredients. Anybody with a brain can put that together and know that it's bad.
Yeah.
Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my face. That was Rob Augustus, creator of our theme tune.
I'm trying to do one right now, and it's not working. I'm not entirely sure how this entire thing
Well, I'm going to
works.
skip through the last few, but Rupert did a good one. Greg and Joe's incest
from the
talk.
from the podcast network.
Rupert.
No,
Rupert. He appears on Bones Nose quite often now. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined this week and complimentary personal training session for the first time in a while.
That is really
That's
good,
really
actually.
good.
I really enjoyed a guy I used to work with, Tom and Hugo Boss. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life, and I will come for dinner, and we can stay over.
Doesn't sound like it's ruining your life.
Oh
No,
my
that
god!
sounds like a pretty okay experience.
Andy Mack from Lagan
Nice.
did a good one.
Shout out.
Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life, and if interested, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns.
It sounds like terms and conditions.
As a person so well because like they're always out and they're always drinking, but he's like the most he's the most eloquent speaker ever.
Yeah.
One of the times that Andy Max like come up to me at the pub and stuff like that, and he was just, I'm not even lying, I'm pretty sure he said, "Which one are you?"
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did, yeah.
But he said it in a way where you weren't angry at him anyway.
No, you can't be, man.
Because he's the nicest
It wasn't.
guy
No,
ever.
it wasn't even being like a dick. He just literally wasn't sure which one was correct and which.
Well,
one
knowing
was
him, he's
Joe.
probably been drinking all day.
Yeah.
Ant from the Anywhere But Here podcast. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my phone and laptop and my computer.
It's like a computer virus.
Yeah.
Fucking C1 who used to do the
Yes.
fucking the podcast from Australia. Fucking
Oh,
shit,
man.
this shite podcast
This Shite
that called
podcast.
Harry Bone out as a
Is that not
paedophile.
a thing?
Oh,
Is that
my
not a
God.
thing anymore?
No, it hasn't
Nah,
been
they
for a while.
Oh, because
Although,
I listened to one
Sindel-
because you posted it ages ago. Like,
Yeah.
If you want to check out Sindel's hungover hat reviews on
Amazing.
YouTube.
Fuck.
So-
Sindel's hangover hat reviews
Oh,
are like
you keep
the
bringing up
greatest.
stuff that I've wanted to ask if you
they're,
like. If you like,
they're so good. They're really, really worth watching.
how many do you have left
Of what?
of those things?
I'm going to skip through some of them.
Because like, okay, quick question. Don't promote a conversation. Do you guys watch the Hot Ones thing?
Oh, what,
Oh,
the
yeah,
wing,
yeah,
the
yeah,
wing
yeah,
challenge.
yeah, of course. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Hot Wings. I love it. It's great.
Yeah,
Great
cool.
show.
Yeah.
When they have the conversation with the chicken hot wings,
Yeah,
they've got
then
to sweat
they-
out.
they-
They
yeah,
feel
they get-
hot.
they- yeah,
And then he
good.
asked,
Yeah.
he asked
Such
for
a
more
fan.
bigger questions
Such,
when
I
they're on the
watched
hottest
it. I
one.
watched an interview one talking point, no more conversation. I watched an interview with him talking about that and about he's a really learned.
Who?
The guy who
host.
hosts it.
Oh right, I thought we were talking about Sindel for
he's talking about how
reviews.
good. He's talking about how good an interview strategy is.
Yeah, I saw that was a new recent
Yeah.
one, wasn't it? It was him talking about
To Philip DeFranco.
Yeah.
Anyway,
fucking A. So C1 from this show podcast
Yeah.
put
because these are good. I want to hear the rest.
Greg and Joe's incest ruined my kids.
Oh no.
It sure did.
That's some classic Greg and Joe.
Daniel Burns, Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life, and I love your arsehole.
What?
No way did that come on predictive
I missed
text.
that.
No damn way did that come on predictive
How many
text.
times you use
Mate.
the word arsehole in a text for that
And-
to come up?
And
He's a
Nick
serial
Castles,
sexter, man.
shout out Nick Castles
Yes.
over in Indonesia. Fucking,
He's got Malaysia on
oh,
lockdown.
I fucking love it. You know, Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my day off with my wife.
That's pretty good.
Now, as expected, Jacko Jackerson.
It's literally my surname, man.
Oh
Like,
my god.
Maybe
you put
that's
an
why-
O. You put an extra O in Jackoson.
No, I'll tell you what he
Jackoson.
fucking did. What he did was the thing that anytime somebody has a long last name is that you say their first name and then give up. Jacko, shit, whatever.
Jacko
Yeah.
Jackerson. So he's the other host of the Weird and Wonderful Fray with Jack Weber.
Yes.
Spin
So you know it's gonna, you know
All
whatever
seeing
he
guys
says
spin off.
is gonna be weird. Greg and Joe's incest. He doesn't even say the full line.
Let me finish.
He doesn't say
before-
talk.
What?
He doesn't even say talk. Greg and Joe's incest ruined my friend, and I will come to you for all your money back guarantee on the best salsa movies.
Oh man. See that talks back into the whole saying things about your friends thing. Because like Jacko's a great dude, but he's weird. And that makes
but
sense.
that's such a.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
such
like,
a Jacko collection of words.
No. But there's the things about like. There's people that are weird, but like it's not. Like it's totally approachable, and it's like it's he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's like one of
he's
the nice.
insanely-
On top
like,
of being
insanely
on
nice.
top of being a really good artist, quirky and like interesting person, he's very approachable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is
And
why
it's-
he's so fun to be around. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
But there's like it's not that kind of sort of weird where you're just like when it just someone
I'm
random
keeping away
starts
from
talking
this
to
guy.
Greg in the bar. It's just like why is this guy talking
like
to me?
basically one time me, Jack, and a bunch of Cox people went to Peckham to see a show, and we're like, wow, these are not our people. Those people.
Yes.
Sorry, anybody that lives in Peckham.
Jimmy from
They're as sorry as
Swearwolves.
you are.
Jimmy from Swearwolves. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my day off. at
Produced
Cox.
them. Plug.
Produced them.
Mandy, this is the last couple from Facebook. Mandy from, not about to say Surbiton group then, from Facebook related Surbiton groups. Greg and Joe's
I never
incest.
got into that. I live in Surbiton.
Greg and Joe's
it's
incest
all
talk.
right,
Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my husband, and I just have to say that I'm angry.
Sorry.
That's a really British humory one.
Yeah.
And even though we had a fair few of these, this one actually tickled me because it was Joe's sister. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my life, and she followed up with, which is true because I'm his sister.
Yeah. Sorry.
Right. Last couple, ready? Sam Eastwood, these are on Instagram. Sam Eastwood from Open All Powers again. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my home and her fave fashion.
Fave fashion.
Adam.
Also, they're brothers, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, cool.
Gareth-
Like,
Gareth and Sam.
that's one of the only, like, kind of people that you know that I've actually listened to several times.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that.
Yeah, they are. They're,
They're
good,
really,
great.
they're really, really good.
Mr. Silly Pants Adam. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my own business and leisure facilities.
Winner.
That's good. No, I'm.
This is the last
Is that
one.
what his name actually is, though?
Oh no,
Silly
I think his name's Adam Green.
okay.
He plays. He played in the band with Rob, who did our theme
Silly
tune.
Pants is more
Aye.
funny. Keep going.
This was my favourite one, and this was from my friend's brother who lives in Sweden. And he actually started with, I shit you not. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my day off, and then I got to see my sister.
I was wrong.
Yeah,
That's the winner. I even and that was an early reply, and I instantly even wrote back winner before
Yeah.
I'd seen the rest. But it was just true because I know he'd recently come over to England to see his sister, my friend Stephanie. I knew he'd come over to see her, so I was like, "Fuck, that makes perfect
Okay,
sense."
so
Amazing.
let's use this as a touching off point before we go off to this. I've figured out how to turn on predictive text.
Oh wow!
Would you like me to live do mine, even
Yes,
if it's
go
shit?
for it.
Absolutely.
And hopefully you would know that I'm a good enough riffer to, if it's shit, I'll make something up more funny.
Riffer.
I'm doing it now, basically.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought you had it. I was just like, here we go.
The suspense is killing me.
It's killing me.
It's good, though. It's good. It's almost there. It's
almost there.
happening in front of me right now.
It's almost there.
Okay, so...
I did literally just watch you as well. Just literally bang that little button.
It's like, because you have to wait a little bit. You have to okay, does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, I will because I've never actually read this all the way through. I will probably laugh. I'll try my hardest though. Greg and Joe's incest talk ruined my day, but I'm still working out with the studio tomorrow, and I will need a bit more of it now.
A bit more incest. Like,
I'm going to need a bit more incest and get through this day.
I'm going to need a bit more incest than
It's
that,
just
please.
the fact that I'm such a dick about it. I'm such a dick about being a working studio musician that I know that every time someone asks me where I am, I tell them I'm at the studio.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But, no,
But it's not even like, that's
no,
not even like a
that's so
the
dickhead
fucking
thing. Like,
sister one, man, that's so good.
And I knew it made sense. I knew we'd just been to see a sister. So thank you, everyone, for letting us having insight into
Absolutely.
your
That was
mind
amazing,
and
yeah.
phones.
yes, thank you.
That really was like.
Thank
what
you
I
for
say.
giving us like half an hour of content.
Turning that evil off.
Honestly, once Ed pointed out that it was a real insight into people's phones, I was
It
like,
is,
oh my
though.
god, I changed everything.
Well,
the
you've
way I
seen
was
it happen in front of you now.
It really does, yeah.
So I actually did one, and mine was not that bad. Mine was like, Greg and Joe's incest ruined my drive home and Christmas. And I can't remember the last time I ever
Greg
mentioned
talks about
Christmas.
Christmas a
I
lot.
can't remember the last time I ever mentioned Christmas in a message at all.
But that's just such a good thing that it could ruin. Like,
yeah, like, yeah,
it ruined
good.
my day. You could have just said day again. 'Cause
It
it
ruined
said studio
everything.
for me twice. Like
yeah.
Yeah,
Day-day.
but I
It's
don't
my
mention,
day-day.
day.
I don't mention Christmas much.
No.
Burger, bun.
Which brings us on to Rhys.
Oh no!
How long
Yeah.
have we actually known you? Let's go through this. You appeared.
Are we actually gonna work this out?
You
Oh,
appeared.
I remember you appeared in our lives on a busy Fighting Cocks night
Oh God, I did.
Dressed
yeah.
in a-
with
dressed
short
in a-
hair.
I know what you mean,
With
yeah.
the backwards Die Hard 3 snapback. And I remember me and
R.I.P.
Joe. Me,
R.I.P. that hat.
That hat.
Fallen
I
homie.
still have it, but it's just unwearable.
me and Joe saw you come out and we're like, who the fuck's this guy?
Does it now just resemble like something you would find in the streets after
So you know
9/11?
Darth Vader's mask in the new Star Wars movie? That. Shit.
So like, so we saw you come up behind the bar on a busy night and we're like, who the fuck's that guy?
Yeah.
And then you were, and
But you
then,
said this on the podcast. I remember that because you said, "I like a hot." Yeah.
and then you were just like, he's wearing a Die Hard 3 of a Vengeance hat.
Hey, I'm
and I
not
was
gonna
like,
lie,
oh,
that
guys,
was a really good impression of how I actually approached him.
Well, it did happen to me.
Yeah.
I was there.
No, but the thing was like, because you were behind the bar and you know, Fighting Cock's t-shirt and everything, you clearly worked there and stuff, but you weren't really like interacting with anyone. It was just like, this dude's quiet.
Well,
as
no,
fuck.
because the secret that loads of people found out later about that, the whole fucking like thing in front of the facade is that I was terrified for that first year. I was like, everybody knows each other. People are saying names like they mean something, and I don't know what that is. It was like,
Right, yeah.
It's
well,
not. It's like
everybody's. I mean, like lots of people. It's less of a common thing in the States, but like everybody in the UK has worked behind the bar at some point,
I have.
or in customer service or something like
Yes.
that. And so like that's a thing when you start working at in a especially like a locals bar like the Cops.
Yeah.
On a Saturday. Was
It's
that your
a-
first
it's a-
shift Saturday night?
It was one of them.
Right.
it was like it's
Because
a
Callum,
real
because
sort of,
Callum
like,
had this like ethos that I kind of agree with as well. It's like if we're gonna like hire someone, they're gonna be at least. I didn't know anything about making drinks, but like they're gonna be at least a good enough worker to go right into the deep end.
Yeah.
And so my first like 3 or 4 shifts were Fridays or Saturdays.
Wow.
And also, one time I met Ray when he had a mustache, and then the next time I met him, he didn't, and I didn't know who he was.
Yo, I saw Ray recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you were there that day, yeah.
Easter, no, it was like Easter Sunday. He
Yeah.
was down there, and he
Oh,
was
wow.
He was
fucked.
Classic.
fucked
Every time I
up,
see him,
man.
he's
He
like
was
that.
like, mate, he was standing next to like the big fucking bouncer, and he's just like, you and me, bro, we're from the same country. And it was just like, oh no.
Dude, Ascot's gone to his head, man.
Oh, mate. It
Like,
was-
no, because he was talking, like, because I mentioned to him about how South Africa has no, like, one city in South Africa has no water right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I send Facebook messages of me flushing my toilet. But no, yeah, the hat was the impetus
Yeah.
But then obviously
It was a
the
good discussion
icebreaker.
starter.
It was.
I think, like, for like in the sense of like, so when so
I think
whenever,
my first conversation with you was me mentioning your hat.
was about the hat. Yeah.
whenever we've been in the bar and there's like a new
We relate to
like,
hats.
staff
Well,
member.
because I
Well, we're in hats now, Joe.
Oh yeah, because you're wearing hats and I'm not.
Yeah.
Because like, well, the fucking the thing that happened with that is that I had short hair back then.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
And now I can't really wear hats.
No, because you got big luscious locks.
Like, or it's a knit hat, which is, you know, in this weather, fuck no.
No,
you
I
could
don't
like gel
want that.
your hat to look like a knit hat anyway, I'm sure.
Yeah, I could just fucking. But no, yeah. So that's how I met you. But then obviously,
remember-
hanging out at the Cox, I eventually
Yeah.
became friends
I
with
think-
Jack, and then
I think it was the sort of because I remember like going in and you'd be behind the bar and it was kind of all just like haze and how are yous and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's fucking Friday, Saturday night, so you're not really having a conversation.
Of course not, yeah.
But then there was one Sunday when you were down and I was there as well, and it was when they still had like the guy making food out the front.
Oh, that was
Oh
awesome.
man.
And we'd like Callum had the day off. He came down.
I think
You and
Jamie
he,
was
you
there
and
as
me
well.
were
I think
there.
Jamie was there as well.
Quite possibly as well. But we bonded over watching
Super Troopers. Yeah. No.
and playing the drinking game.
Jamie
along
was
with
there
it.
the day before because I was complaining about something and I was so afraid of him. And he said, "Rhys, when you go back to America, are you going to cash in your pussy for a dick?" But no, that was I'm pretty sure the next day.
Yeah.
Because George mentioned that he'd never seen Super Troopers.
Yeah, he was on the bar.
Ugh, and my hairband's gone.
Oh mate, I thought that was your actual hair.
Yeah, I thought you just
just
pulled it
then.
off. I thought you
was
pulled a
like,
bit of
I
hair
do
out.
that as well.
I thought you just pulled a bit of hair out your head.
Previously mentioned, my hair is super curly.
Yes.
Becca Sermon, previously mentioned, hates when because I can just rip out like knotted hair.
Right, yeah.
It's not attached to my head anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just been there for years. You know, like, so I'll rip it. She hates that.
Well, because she can't do it, or because you?
Well, no, it's just because she
freaks
like,
out.
She freaks her out.
There's
yeah.
a part of me that wants to see Rhys with straight hair.
I've
Just like
seen you.
fully
Didn't
straight
you do
hair.
it once?
I did
Well,
do
it
it
wasn't
once.
as long, but you did. There was a. I think it was a night we all wore suits for the Cox or something.
Yeah.
Your hair wasn't as big
Oh,
as it
that
is
was
now.
that was mine.
You know, I had it coiffed. I had it coiffed up and down to the side.
Yeah.
It was great
that
because
was
also, but
insane.
you weren't able to like fully suit up, but you had to like keep it open so the
Yeah,
Fighting Cocks t-shirt
I don't
showed.
remember how I did it.
I think you like pinned it back.
I think I think I did because I think I went up to Ellie.
you still
I
had,
was
like, a
Ellie,
bow tie.
can I have like 5 hairpins?
you had like a bow tie on still, like, and it was all like buttoned up, but it was like looking like a fucking cholo, like.
So have we confirmed yet? How long have you been in the UK?
Okay, so I've been here since 2013.
Wow.
Damn. So
Okay.
5 years.
It's like, yeah, I graduated high school, go.
Did you work straight at the Cox when you got to the UK?
No.
How long were you in the UK
'cause
before you got to the Cox?
I went to uni, Kingston University, right after, and then I got the job at the Cox after playing in bands for loads. Because the first time I went to the Fighting Cox was to see Code Orange, and then after that was to play one of my own shows.
Yeah.
And
Because you were a drummer, weren't you?
yeah,
Or you
yeah,
still
yeah.
are, like,
Well, I mean, yeah, I can.
You
technically
were
still
a
do
drummer
it.
once upon a
I was
time.
at one point.
like riding a bicycle.
Yeah, exactly.
with drums.
I know because I've been recently doing a project recently. It does not come back as easy as I thought it would.
No.
But no, yeah. So I played a show there, and that's the story. Is that I played a show there. It was a really good show, and I went outside.
They're like, do you want to work it?
no, that would have been sick. That would have.
We hired musicians because they're
that would
always
have
around.
me way more rock star status than I already have. But no,
His drumming's so good, we had to get him pouring drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to take him down a notch.
We're just gonna ruin his life. And I drumming hot, Fighting Cox venue, notoriously hot.
Yes.
Ran outside.
To die.
Die in the street.
Yeah, like
Fucking
a
rock
man.
star.
Like a man.
Screaming at the sky.
Throwback to the time that Jack carried me across the street. But no, yeah, literally, I went outside and leant against the wall of the Fighting Cocks, and there was a sign saying "Help Wanted." That's literally what it was, and I was like, "Cool," and I took a picture of it on my phone and went back next day.
Oh, wow.
And so, but it took about 6 months for them to get back to me.
Wow.
I assumed it was a dead end.
Wow. Fucking
Because
hell.
that was back. Well, they still had Ned and they still had George.
Yeah.
So this is getting a bit too in the know-y, but like, yeah, no, but it took a while. I was looking for other jobs at that point.
Okay.
You know, but you know, obviously I was like, oh, that would be so cool if I got to work at the Rock. I didn't know anything about it, but I was just like, if I got to work at what I knew is the only fucking venue in Kingston.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna work
do
there
that.
because I'd never been to the Cricketers. Ick.
I think it's it is like, no, I mean it's fair and few. Like, you know, there's in the sense of like if you're not a signed band, there's not like a whole lot of places you can play.
No, yeah, well, because with Banquet, it's obviously getting better, but it's still small. You can walk from one side of Kingston to the other in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And then you were in our lives.
Yeah, well, no, because then, Callum called me one day. I canceled a dinner with my mom.
Oh, man.
Because she was so stoked.
You piece of shit.
No, she was so stoked. I texted her about it. I was walking back wearing my stupid Hollister shirt because I didn't realize what kind of person Callum was.
He took the piss out of you, did he?
I did later. But no, I was walking back and I was like texting my mom because he asked me to come and do the trial that night. And I was like, my mom had been pestering me for almost a year to get a fucking job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
A year's a long time.
because I've been, it was about a year and a half of uni with no job and
Right.
like kind of just mooching off.
It's
my
a good
mom.
it's a good survival thing as well, man. Just to know that you can actually fucking balance that shit.
Well, yeah,
like-
because it's the life thing anyway.
Yeah.
Because the only other work I'd done was kind of like musician work or freelance work, so I never really had that like,
Right.
oh, your shift is this time, be there or you're fired. Like, but yeah, no. So then,
Congratulations on not being fired.
yeah, I know I haven't been yet.
Still got a couple of months,
So a
man.
couple of months. So met you guys after that, like through Jack, I guess.
Yeah.
Like became friends with Jack and
Yeah.
and everybody. And
I think it wasn't until you were on the right side of the bar that we kind of sort of really.
yeah,
got,
no, because I
like-
remember you mentioned that specifically to me
Yeah.
one day. You were like, I've never actually seen you hang out here before.
Yeah.
Because for a while it wasn't something that I really did.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because it was so intimidating to me.
No, I get it because it is like it's the Cox is a very sort of like locals
Well,
like
it's just
heavy.
Kingston in general. It's like when I'm talking to Ollie and
Everyone knows everyone
or
in a
someone.
sense.
Yeah, it's like Ollie will like walk by someone. We'll be walking from his house or whatever, and he'll just be like, "Oh, I went to high school with him."
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
see
those odd
people-
moments
yeah.
in Kingston. Those, you all right, mate? You all right? And
Well, it's just a
Lizzie's
smaller
like,
country.
who's that? And I'm like, I
I'm
don't know.
assuming we'll get to talking about differences in a second, but it's just a smaller country, and
Yeah.
it's a lot more likely. It's like when loads of like music people that we know went mentioned that they went to school with like big music people.
Yeah, yeah.
They were really tall. As Rhys mentioned, in a minute, we'll dive into the comparisons of being in the UK against being in America.
Yes.
But I'm gonna
But first,
I'm going to have a quick break. So, Rhys, when you came to England, merry old England, did you find things a lot weirder than being back home in terms of, are you like, no, you're wrong about that because it should be said this way, or that's how we do it back home?
Funnily enough,
you're from Maryland, right?
yeah, which is funny. They said
Baltimore,
Mary
he was on the
Olding.
wire.
I
He
was
had us-
so weirded out by that. I was like, "Where are you doing that?" Oh, and they said England. I was like, "Yeah, cool, whatever." But like,
Either move forward or pull your
I
microphone
went
towards
home.
you. Rhys, move forward or pull your microphone towards you.
I'm very sorry. Sound
we go.
engineer fuck ups.
There we go.
No. So, what happened with that was, what I noticed was the small things. Because when you are in a new environment and you're doing completely new things. Because for me, it was new. I came for uni, was doing completely different life from what I was.
Have you ever been to UK before? I know you.
I'd been like to visit.
Right.
Just like a holiday sort of thing.
Yeah, but then me and my mom are like the world's worst tourists. Like we ate KFC and like went to the movies.
Perfect.
So
Things that are probably both better in America.
KFC is better here,
Wow.
except
Wow.
you don't have mashed potatoes here.
No.
No, we don't. I have some.
Then what the
biscuits.
fuck is the point of the gravy?
It's true.
There you go.
I said
Callum
this to-
agrees with me. Previous guest, Callum agrees with me because they have it in South Africa as well.
He's
Episode
mentioned that.
30, Callum was on, yep.
I said this to Greg before you came over last night. I was coming home and I went to Chicken Cottage.
What is that?
It's down in where KFC is.
It's a generic chicken shop.
Yeah,
name.
it's a chicken shop, but like it's where KFC is in Surbiton, on that corner.
Oh, I
bit.
know what you mean. Yeah, I'm
A little bit
stupid.
further
Yeah,
down.
no, I do. I know exactly what you mean.
Chicken, so much better.
Really?
I'm not even lying. I would go to Chicken Cottage or KFC any day now.
I'm gonna take you on
The
your
only
word,
thing I'm gonna
like,
go to
I'm
KFC
gonna
for is the
internalize
gravy.
that because I'm assuming that I'm going to be very drunk. I have 2 to 3 days off, so
Nice.
I'm assuming for the first time in a while. So like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna internalize that Like, I'm gonna take you on your word for that. And if you're wrong,
The wings. I've got one somewhere. Still.
I don't want that.
Looking
I don't need that.
Looking round, there's a wing round here somewhere.
Yeah,
Everyone
I've
stand
got
up.
one. It's
Yeah.
from 3 days ago.
Everyone stand up.
But I was saving it.
I mean, it's only from 12 hours ago. It's not that bad.
Just been basking in
But
the
no-
sun on the windowsill.
Exactly. Like
Hot meat.
it's probably like got like 3 fucking STDs already. Like.
It's just discovered a whole new level of salmonella.
Yeah, like it's like that episode of The Simpsons where like Bart makes the world. You know, like he's got he's got the bowl and it like.
Oh, I thought you were
a
gonna say about-
civilisa-
Yeah, if we could say more.
Oh, the civilization.
the civil, you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
It's like it's a little like germ colony, and then it becomes a civilization.
I thought you were making reference to when Homer ate the biggest hoagie, and it's still like he's still on it, and it's all
That's a good one.
rotten, and he's still eating it. Like
That's when you get
all
sick.
Golden Age
It's so
episodes.
gross.
All Golden Age episodes.
Duff
By the way.
Gardens.
Two
hooray!
to 9. 2 to 9.
Yeah, 2 to 9.
2 to 9.
yeah,
Apparently.
anything after that is irrelevant.
Yeah.
You haven't told us what the first change you know. Oh,
Yeah, no.
was.
So
I
but
I
that
threw it
was
off kilt with the KFC.
No, yeah,
comment.
KFC with my mom. That was the first time I had experienced. I saw the real shit. You know, I was went to Covent Garden. We went around and saw the sights. But other than that, we weren't. My mom and I are not very good tourists. So I was pretty.
Did you sort of see it like, well, we recognise that, and we
Yeah,
know
exactly.
it's good.
Well, yeah, it's like my mom and I, tourist wise, as opposed to like man-made things, we can just be like, it looks like that in the picture too. You know, like obviously my mom just went on safari and apparently that changed her life. But like,
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
but that's real life, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so that's kind of the attitude I had towards it. So most of the culture and kind of knowledge I had was coming from like Doctor Who. And shit. Like, because like I was really because I was
Just TV shit.
I was a 15-year-old boy
Finding my way in
7
with
years
a
ago,
Time
7 to
Lord.
8 years ago when that was coming back and really big.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what I knew, and I watched Top Gear and stuff like that. So I was, and also a quarter to a third
So
of my
weird.
family is actually from this
England,
country.
yeah.
So like I kind of knew enough to not be super weirded out by it.
yeah.
But then it really was the small things that kind of got to me over the course of maybe like, because when I arrived, it was more about survival. You know, like I've never been out on my own. I'm having to do school in a completely different way. I don't have a car. I don't know what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. And then it became kind of a like, okay, we're going to get this one day at a time. And then later I kind of realized,
Man, they talk funny.
yeah, exactly. It was like, pavement? What do you mean? It's a sidewalk. It's made of pavement. You're like,
You know what always freaks me out though when I go to a different country, the public
It's a
transport.
good argument.
There's something about getting
No,
a
me
bus
and
in a
Pete
different
were-
country that makes me just go like, nah, man.
Yeah, we're like, you are correct, but also like aforementioned Uber journey with Peter Park. We were talking about that. He's like, sometimes American English is really much more intuitive, where it's just like, you walk on it and it's on the side.
Yeah.
Pavement. The road is also made of pavement.
Ah, it's made of concrete. Or
Guess
tar.
what pavement is made from?
I don't know. Slabs.
It's the same damn thing. I'm sorry, I'm going too far into a bit now. You could see it.
Same damn thing.
I saw it in your eyes. You're
isn't
like,
it all
Rhys
just
is going
atoms?
into a bit, and
It's
he's
like,
gonna.
ooh.
I have to stop. But no, yeah, like zebra didn't get that one for a while.
You
when people said zebra
crossing?
Where?
exactly like, do they have those?
Is this a joke?
Like,
Is this a joke?
I'm pretty sure those only live in the fucking Sahara.
Ones I've heard from you say candy. And I remember you were like, I need to get some candy.
Soda. as
And I
well.
was just
soda.
like, what candy?
Yeah.
Soda. Yeah,
I still say candy.
Would
I
you-
will. I
would you-
will.
You said it recently, yeah. That's what I
Yeah,
heard you say
yeah.
it.
I will. But yeah, I will literally ask people.
I think there's certain things that you just will never get rid of.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I-
of course,
other
yeah. You don't have
things,
to change
it's
the way
like-
you
I will.
speak.
No, I'll always say candy when I mean sweets.
Yeah.
And
And you say soda for like
I say
Coke.
soda when I mean like Coke or Pepsi
Right.
or something.
Non-specific.
Yeah, non-Pacific, yes. Fizzy pop.
Yeah, but I will. Yeah, because I will never say sweets when I mean candy, and I will never say fizzy drinks when I
Right.
mean carbonated
And
beverages.
and you say pop.
Which is the only time
please
you'll-
use carbonated
which is-
beverages.
Which is the only time you will ever hear Rhys Welchman say carbonated beverages. Well, because even that's dialectical in America as well. Because some people say pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the thing. So,
Can I get a pop?
well, so it's the same thing. Like, because
Yeah, I'll shoot.
That's super 50s, isn't
moving,
it? That's like
moving-
Stand
can
By
I,
Me
can,
shit.
can I get a pop and a
and
cherry
cola
Coke?
and shit. But people do that because like moving in America is kind of similar because like 8 hours it takes about 7.5 to get here on a normal day from the States from where I live, And so you can do that same plane trip, and you'll be getting to California, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a similar thing. I've moved around a little bit, so I kind of was a little bit used to being around slightly different kinds of people.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for how fucking diverse London was, though.
Okay.
See, in
How?
the sense of
You guys conquered a lot of shit.
yeah.
All right, like for real. Like,
Yeah.
And you took
Thanks, man.
and then unlike us,
Me and Joe
where we
worked
kind
pretty
of
hard that day.
Yeah,
well, no, because I'm gonna roll it back on the America.
Giving back
as well.
China was a
no,
bit of a-
because yeah, that was nice of you, Hong Kong. No, because to roll it back on the Americans, you guys rolled around killing people and stealing shit.
Fucking
But you took responsibility for it for quite a while, and that's why you got all the whole like Commonwealth thing and stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like we literally did that in the like what 200, 300 years that our country has existed, and just we'll roll in, take a shit, and then never wipe it up. Like, oh, sorry, Iraq. Fuck. I guess you're gonna never
It's like, well, I'm not saying
develop. Sorry, you're third world for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Whatever. So no, but like
America came to visit.
yeah. Your fairy America. Yeah, exactly. It's the frat boy who shows up, takes a shit on your party, and leaves.
What's up, brah?
You want to go?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going.
You want to go? Fucking going.
We're
yeah,
going.
exactly. You want to go? Here you go. A-bomb. Done.
It's just New Jersey, just
Ni
spread
hao.
too
Oh wait,
far.
sorry, that's not Japanese. It's funny because I actually speak Japanese. But
It's a hard language.
so I made an even more racist joke. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You know what you
We let
want.
them slip by every now and
Yeah,
again.
you do, don't you?
Proudly haven't said the
But
N-word
no,
in
but-
76 episodes.
Shut up, dude. Well, no, because no, that edit. Never mind. I'm probably gonna do it anyway. It's fine.
Go nuts.
I will use all my nice plugins. But no, that's kind of what like. To answer your question in short, after that really long tirade about countries and stuff, yeah, it was the small things. It really was
Yeah, yeah.
like fizzy drinks and sweets and stuff.
Yeah, you
like
see, I heard you say you still say apartment, don't you, instead of flat?
Yeah, I say flat now because,
Right.
but at the same time, people in America sometimes say flat too.
Right. Okay.
In the sense of like flat Earth.
Dude, that's for later.
Segue.
Like, if you
I don't
want to
wanna get
learn
into
about
that.
me now, we're gonna do it now because I am so ready for that.
Yeah.
Because you
So
know they're
actually-
all from America, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's a madness.
Well, I don't know.
Because they're all in the
We'll get
middle
there.
of America where
We
the
have
sun bakes.
got the English cricketer now. What's his fucking name? The famous fucking cricketer.
Freddie Flintoff.
Oh, do
Yeah.
you guys got one
fuck
now?
off, is he? No.
Have you guys got flat Earth? Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, God. I'm
Oh
not
no, there's a
happy
few.
about
I went to the Birmingham Comic Con convention recently, and there was a mini
I
flat
didn't realize
Earth thing
Birmingham
outside.
had Comic Con.
It's a big one, yeah. There was a mini flat Earth
I think
thing
it's
in the street
unofficial.
outside. There was like 4 people there, but they had their little board up and stuff.
That's
Rob
messed
took a
up,
picture
man.
and sent it to me. I was like, I sent it to you. I was like, holy fuck.
Nah,
Madness.
dude. Like,
I think the one thing I was going to say with you, like, sort of saying like you came over and visited like London as a holiday and stuff like that. Was it like when experiencing London? How was it then coming to like something like Kingston, which is like suburban London? Like,
weirdly enough, the reason my mom and I went was as part because I'd never been out of the country, which is always surprising to people because I can fake it really well.
fake it till you make it, man.
It's true. In America, that's what you do. Because my mom travels for work a lot. She's a really successful web content consultant. She, goes around to companies like Intel and shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
And tells them how to shape up. Like, she will fuck you up with some words. Like,
Listen here, you beautiful bitch. I'm gonna fuck you up with some truth.
exactly. No, that's basically what she does, and like that's kind of why I've been able to keep my shit together, is because she occasionally is like, Rhys, you might want to stop.
Yeah, man, but you need someone in your life like that who's not willing to like
it's
fucking
actually much
sugarcoat anything for you. Like,
Small side note, it is actually much better now that I don't live with her anymore, because she actually will occasionally just be like, let's talk, and then she'll actually give me some cool advice. But yeah, no, so I'd never been out of the country.
Wow.
Ever, actually, yeah. Not even like Canada or Mexico. or
Apart from when you
anything.
visited UK.
No, until then.
Oh, right.
So like I was 16 or 17 at
Right,
that point.
okay.
So that was the first time I'd left. I had to get a passport and everything. Same passport picture I have now, actually.
Wow. Wow. Of course.
But yeah, no. So I did that, and we went, and yeah, because the reason we went, as a kind of side note, was to visit Kingston University, because the people
Right,
there
of
were really,
course.
really nice to me, like even over email. I
Right.
was like, I'm thinking of applying. How likely is it? And they were like, oh, fucking do it. Like, And when we
I
met
hope that
them-
was the reply. Fucking do it.
That would have been cool.
That's their new slogan. Kingston University. Fucking do it. There's a picture of Rhys with his thumbs up.
Let's make those posters, and then I'll go down there at like 2 a.m. and plaster them all over the
Rhys
front.
with his thumbs up outside Bental Centre. Kingston
do it.
University. Fucking do it.
I'm fully on board with that.
But no, fuck off. But like, no, it was like, so yeah, like even like because the college admissions, like what we call college, different thing. That's one of the weird ones as well. Because I say college because usually it's just a straight swap, like
Yeah.
one word for another. But when I say college, I mean one thing, and you hear that as a different thing.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So like because
So I mean university.
Right, cool, because I always count college as like sixth form.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
Well, that's
so,
what it is for
but
you,
like,
yeah.
but high school in America are 2 years of college. Is their
Yeah.
2 years final high school, right?
Yeah, junior and senior year.
So you're at
Yeah.
high school until you're 18, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You usually turn 18 in high school.
17, 18.
Yeah, in the last year of high school. Yeah, so like yeah, no. So I messaged that because I was like, knew I wanted to do something related to music or media, something, you know. So I was like, a little bit more spread out with my options for doing that, and I was like, let's just throw a dart at the UK. And we heard about Kingston at some point, and yeah, so we
Kingston's
went
quite
there.
renowned for the music.
Yeah,
of it.
Now,
I think
especially
in the
now.
more like
Especially now, mega shout out Leah Cardos, who's basically
Like-
turned that entire program around.
Like, it's quite
Yeah.
renowned, the music department. Kingston.
It
People
really
come
is,
from
yeah.
all over.
So they just
Yeah.
built a new studio. It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think as well because you've got like Guildford as well, which has a huge like music school there as well,
Yeah.
ACM,
which is
yeah.
a lot harder to find.
By the way, we're taught to hate them in Kingston.
Is it?
Like
There's like a
they're
picture
always
of
well,
them
no,
on the
because at
wall,
work
like a
I get
big X
loads.
for
I get
it.
loads of ACM bands in at work all the time, and they're always really sweet and really nice. But they always have like really nice kit because they have. I bet you they have like a fucking like discount from Andertons or some shit. But like because that's also in Guildford because we're from ACM. We like exactly. We're like the hard grafters, and they're like we have nice shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like
I've got
you
a
know it's
guitar with
Kingston,
4
it's Kingston
strings.
versus Guildford.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
it's like
of course, yeah.
we're posh, but we're posher.
Kingston. I mean, both of them do have their shit stains on them. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
We should do an episode of Guildford versus Kingston,
Yeah.
and we'll
that's
pinpoint
good.
everything. We'll find their crazy
We'll have-
people.
We'll have like
find
crime
what-
stats.
Yeah, no, and then at the
Because
end,
they've got mate, the Guildford as well has got the Star.
yeah, man,
The so they got a music venue.
and the boiler room.
Yes,
Boiler Room
no,
set's
the Boiler
famous.
Room.
Boiler
Boiler Room's
renowned,
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Boiler Room is absolutely awesome.
I've been there. I think everyone should go see one of their like DJ things.
We saw
At least
before
once.
before Earthtide, Chris and Randy were in a band called.
By the way, I hate that you guys call him Randy because I don't.
I know, mate. No,
I
it's
don't
for
think
me. it's-
Randy really likes us calling him Randy anymore.
The thing is, it was
'Cause it's
'cause
Andrew.
This makes me think of Archer.
Andrew's a singer
It's
from
such
Earthside.
it's such an old name.
guitarist.
He talks about it when they did when Earthtide
How to Write a
did
Tune.
How to Write a Tune. He
I
talks
re-
about the
I,
nicknames.
that's a show that I wish I kept up.
Call
on.
me
I-
biased,
But they haven't
but
done
I'm-
it for a while.
I really like that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call me biased, but like their episode's one of my favorite ones. Like in comparison to
Well,
like
no,
some of the
because
others.
yeah, I know what you mean.
'Cause
I
it's
have
just
listened,
mental, like-
I have listened to a couple of the other ones, and yeah, I get what you mean. Because
it's just I like that they are. It's I
It's
just
just
like
like-
people that
it's
are willing
'cause
to
they're
get
there
weird with
with
it.
it's just a
like-
conversation.
yeah.
Because they had a lot of bigger bands on there and stuff like the guy from Wheatus, but it's all over like Skype on the screen.
Well, 'cause,
whereas
you know, and then it's just
Earthtide
always
are
like,
there,
oh,
being
this- when I-
time
themselves.
limit.
It was
shit.
a time in my life when I was really doing this. No, one time we were fucked up down the cocks, and I said
Yeah.
I had nothing to say. And guess what? We wrote a song.
Yeah,
you know.
Done.
By the way, favorite.
But I
Earthside
get what you
song.
mean because
Oh,
I've
fair
always
play.
called him Randy. I don't think he likes being called Randy that much.
No,
I don't think he does either.
It's ingrained
'Cause I
into
call
my
him
mind.
Andy.
but it's like if you one day was like,
I've
can you
only
start
ever-
calling me Steve? I'm like, that's weird, Rhys. I don't know.
Funnily enough, my like
Name is Steve.
assigned nickname on things where I don't want my name to be Rhys is
Yeah.
Steve.
Interesting. It's a go-to name, isn't it?
Well, no, it's because I did it because
my middle
I
name.
named my first Apple iPod Steve after Steve Jobs. And every Apple device I've ever had after that has been Steve. I'm up to version 9.
Wow, you've got 9
Steve
Steves.
9.0.
No, because like it's always a weird name now. Because you know how people would always name their iPod the Titanic
Because it's sinking.
because it's sinking. Yeah, like
Mine's always been Nefurian.
Nefurian.
My dice roller name. Well, before that, my tag name.
Joe.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense.
Well, no, because like it's my
Nothing to decipher
iPad.
there.
My iPad, which is the first electronic that I ever bought for work, was named Workhorse Steve.
Wow,
Like
nice.
my phone is named something dumb. If I can't find it in the next 2 seconds, Steve the Undying version 8.
I see. I always thought of, like the idea of like when it came to like like when you got like an iPod and you think that was like name it. I was just like, well, it's not a pet. What's the point? Like it always seemed weird.
No, that does make
It's
sense.
like I don't care about it that much.
Why did we get on that?
Because you called your stuff Steve.
Yeah, why did we get to that?
I joked that you called
Steve. Oh, Earthtide.
Yeah.
Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I was introduced to him like years ago from Chris. I've been
Saying
friends
Randy.
with Chris. Yeah, and it was just like, this is Randy. But it was obviously because it was a nickname.
Did he have
from
long hair
band.
back then? Because that's a more Randy
When I
thing.
met him,
That's
no.
a more Randy. I'd call him Randy
He
if
had
he had
hair.
that long hair. No, because like I've seen pictures of him with the long hair.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'd
Yeah.
call him Randy then.
Yeah. Then he was.
But no, not anymore.
Nah, but it's so ingrained into my brain
Andy from
now.
Earthtide.
Like,
That's what I know.
it's like my friend Bullen. His name's Martin. I've called him Bullen all his fucking life.
I introduced him to Lizzie as Martin once, and he was like, "You just call me Martin." I was like, "Yeah."
Our friend Matt called Bullen's house once because he was like, we were going over there for a party, and it was like a firework party in November. Obviously,
Falling out the window after the one night stand. Really liked that episode.
that was that story. Oh no, wait.
No, I was just pointing. You know. That just reminded me of that. You see, I'm
remember
one
that.
of,
Matt
I
rang
think
up
I'm your
Bullen.
first
Oh, yeah.
super fan you've had on the show. Where like
Reese was up there.
I've heard
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
The other there's a competition of who's
Yeah, by the way,
fan
I'm
called
really
Reese.
offended that I wasn't the first Reese.
Well, what do you want?
I know you really like him, and I bet you he's like
He's
he
my
had a great
godson.
18th birthday. But guess what? I'm 23, and I could beat the shit out of him.
I don't know.
You ain't seen him, mate.
Have you seen him?
Oh, is he one of those big fuckers?
Oh, he's tall. You don't know it, but then you see a flash of fucking muscle, and he's
Built like a tree.
He's pretty
no,
tall.
I like in an effort to backtrack. Like,
And he
I
will
mean,
be listening.
hypothetically,
you've mentioned him before, Greg.
He will
and-
hear this as soon
and
as it goes
apparently,
out.
yeah, like you've always said, he's the fucking coolest.
It's
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah.
Oh, why are we causing beef?
Yeah, exactly. Like I do not need to start this right now.
Did I say beat the shit? I meant pan on the head and shake his hand.
yeah, I meant
Buy
he's
him
a
a
good
beer.
kid. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm such a pussy. Fuck. Yeah, but no, I would never call Andy Randy.
No, I get it though. Like,
Rando. Like that's what I
No.
think. Whenever someone says Randy, I think
Randall.
of that first, and then say, "Oh wait, they're talking about Andy." But no. So
I mean, yeah, that's
shit.
just everyone feels that way though about Randy's name because everyone's like, it's nicknames. They happen sometimes.
By the way-
They stick.
dating this podcast again. That show was great. That Iron Bastard.
Oh,
Earthtide
right,
show
when
was
Earthtide played.
really
oh
sick.
yeah, that was good.
I'd not
That
been
is-
out in a
it's
while.
the- it's
That was
the
good.
I think the first time I got a good. By the way, anybody that doesn't know, I'm the sound guy at the Fighting Cocks. Besides all,
You might have picked up on that.
But that was the first time I've gotten a good sound check with
Earthtide.
Earthtide,
Yeah.
and I so enjoyed mixing that show.
Yeah, it sounded great.
It was so fun. Yeah, they posted a video of it, which I wasn't ready
watched.
for, and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, "What if it was shit?" Like,
Usually, if someone's got a video, they'll put it up and stuff.
yeah, no. So, but yeah, like that was such, and they played my favorite song, which apparently they hate.
They hate all the songs everyone loves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like some of their older ones. They don't like playing Prism, but it's like
Ed's favorite song.
Ed's
Everybody
favourite
knows
songs.
it,
It's got
yeah.
fucking cowbell.
Yeah, no, 'cause
and
like-
Carrie as well. Carrie likes Prism.
Always calls for it. And
Yeah,
she,
it's like, yes,
she
because-
always used to want we're getting into a bigger boat as well.
Oh yeah.
Because
Bigger Boat was great.
because Nothing to Say is my favorite song, which is the whole reason
Yeah.
that started, because we were talking about how to write a tune. Yeah, it's such a fat groove. You have no idea how much drum reverb I used on that, and it sounded so cool.
It was great. That's the first night. I mean, Lizzie gone out in ages. Like,
That was so fun, by the way.
having my mum look after
I was
Indiana.
I was
and we go down the
majestically
clocks.
tired because of all
I was
these.
majestically drunk.
Oh yeah, I know you were.
I turned up fucked. So
I know you did. Korea told me. Yeah, no, that was the first time I'd seen you out in a while,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then, I had to soldier through because I was so happy to see you, but I've been so busy that I was like, I'm so tired,
Yeah.
but I'm going to drink 3 Jaeger bombs and get over.
Oh
it.
man, yeah, you gave me whiskey right near the
I
end.
did give you whiskey because I wanted to ruin your night.
I know, I remember
was
that.
Alright. I was okay.
I think it might. No, it didn't ruin my night. It just sort of made me fall on my face.
Oh, it's all right.
Oh, was that the day?
Yeah, that was it.
I'm so happy.
I remember it because I was like, I'm off, and then you were just like, oh, okay, have this, and I was like, all right, and then drank it, and I was that after that I was like, what was that?
That makes me really happy knowing that.
Joe has a big mark on his face.
Someone-
from falling
Oh, that
off a
was-
wall
we weren't
that night.
recording.
Someone said to him like, you were handing it to me, and he's just like, can't you see he's drunk? And he's just like, I know. And I still just like, "Rip." I was like, bye.
Man, I didn't know how drunk I was till I was out back. We went out back to talk to Jack, and he was.
Oh,
walking,
yeah, I remember
And
that.
Iron Bastards were packing up, and they shook my hand and started chatting to me, and I was so fucked. I had no idea who they were, what was going on, and I was just like, yeah. I wasn't even making any fucking sense.
By the way, as someone who will be, okay, like usually a little bit nervous when I get a French band in. They are the nicest guys.
Yeah. No, I've heard
French make it really
good.
from everyone. I heard nothing but good things.
Really good band, like because they're really good friends with the Swearwolves dudes now. Because
Yeah.
the last time they played with them, and they love Earthtide. They think Earthtide's the coolest.
Oh,
thing
F-Tide
ever.
is the fucking coolest.
They
thing
are
ever.
the coolest thing ever. But
I like the mate. I used to remember when like the dude, all like the dudes from Bast used to come down and watch Earthtide just because they were so into it. Like
They still are.
I didn't see it.
John,
I haven't seen them the last few
John
times.
Lee
but
was at the show.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Awesome. I think that's
Um,
fucking cool.
He was looking in 2 different directions, but he was there. I've never seen him that drunk, actually. It was funny. But yeah, no, the weird segue. Like, that is kind of what came next for me after, because I had the whole uni thing, my uni friends. But then, what really kind of made Kingston for me was the Cox.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because it's like such a curse.
It's made Kingston for a lot of people.
It's a
such
blessing and a curse, man.
It's such a curse, but I love it, and I would never leave if I could. But like, that was what came next, and was really surprising for me. Was that holy fuck? I've never had a community of people that are alternative.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, because where I'm from in Baltimore, I went to a school where all the dads are the same and all the moms are housewives.
Like Edward
and shit.
Scissorhands.
Well, no, it like, and you know, there's exceptions, like my mom, like, because my parents are
Yeah.
divorced and shit, and my mom is the badass, just cause, like, but you know, like, it's a kind of cookie cutter sort of place that you hear all those alternative bands from Baltimore talk
Yeah.
about, like,
It's so funny alternative because I know people see.
Well,
the
I hate
Cox
using that
as-
word.
as
I hate using that
alternative
word.
art,
I hate using
but
that word as
you
well.
really don't have to be alternative to go there and drink.
Nah, it's
Like,
not.
you
No,
really
no,
don't.
no,
Like,
no, absolutely not.
It's not that at all. Like it really, people think it is. A lot,
And
of
I
people,
ne-
a lot of people think it is.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't particularly consider you or me to be
No,
alternative.
no.
Like,
I know,
it was
it's
always just like I think it was always just like if you
alternative.
like
I
a
think
bit
it's
of-
not alternative anymore, is it? Because it is
Nah.
what it is.
you like if you like a bit,
Alternatives- alternatives now
There's
been
too
a
many
flat
people
earther.
now.
Yeah.
Alternative came about when it was actually like 40 people.
Yeah.
Like you know, like when hardcore started. You
Yeah.
know, like when hardcore was a thing in the
Yeah.
East Coast and the States and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
When like
it's because
MTV
like there was
alternative.
100 people in the entire city you knew that liked that shit.
yeah.
But yeah, that's so it was weird because you know being in music school, even you know I just had mostly people that were playing ukulele covers of Sam Smith songs, and studying tech. It was a little bit better because people tended to be at least a little bit more technical with
Yeah.
their music. But you know, and then it was even the people that I was hanging out with, they're great, but just didn't ever really gel with me as much as when I started kind of integrating into the whole Cox scene and meeting people,
Started, like,
and meeting
drinking and
people,
working there, like-
yeah, because then just meeting people that I would want to meet, like
Yeah.
you know, because I'd never went there when I didn't.
Mate, it's
work
how
there.
fucking me and Greg knew each other, man. From there.
How most of my friends now I know from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, most of my close circle of friends now are all from the Fighting Cocks. Not school, nothing like that. They're all pretty much from the Fighting Cocks.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
much
you've-
everyone that's
but
been
you've
on this
got
podcast.
You've got that school thing that I was like, like it's that you've been here, and
Yeah.
so occasionally you will see that person across.
You're not
the
an
way.
outsider sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
like,
rarely.
oh yeah, I'm not gonna talk to you, but we went to school together.
Yeah.
Like, my 5-year high school reunion is this month.
oh,
Man,
miss
high
it.
school reunions, man. Do we have those?
I
here?
haven't. I've never been to one. There
I've,
was.
I've never even heard of it. I don't think I've never been invited to one where they exist.
I remember
I always
there
see
was
them in
a-
American shows.
There was like a group chat on Facebook that I had with it was a bunch of like people from school, and it was just like if they were friends on Facebook, they just
Yeah.
added to it, and it's like we're thinking about doing this. And I went through the list and just thought, oh man, there's so many people that I don't want to fucking see in real life. There.
Yeah, right.
I got added to a Facebook one with somebody who was obviously drunk. Added us all. Was like,
Nice.
spelt the school name wrong. And was just like, we
I
should
just
all.
give you an insight into their education and how it went.
We should all meet up soon.
That's
have
how
a
your life
reunion.
went.
And it was made this night. And everyone was like, "Oh wow, great to hear from you all." And then that's it.
No,
It
it's
sat
not.
there untouched
You don't
for
give a
months since.
fuck. That's what
it was
I
just
hate
that
about
one
it.
night somebody was drunk and managed to unite us all, and then after that, like,
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's not.
it's just
Like,
nostalgia, isn't it?
I'll probably
Like,
have gone
it's-
anyway.
it's
One
what it is.
time, because like I have a Facebook.
I hated school. I don't go reunion.
Yeah,
that.
Well,
fuck
so
that.
did I, because like I grew up in a very sportsy kind of like Ivy League leaning sort of place.
Rhys, get on the track. Was a lot of that.
Well, I played football for a little bit, but I was shit.
Like American football.
Yeah,
Oh, so obviously
yeah,
you would say
American
soccer
football.
over there, wouldn't you?
I would have said
Football.
soccer. Yes.
Fuck you, Greg. It would have been soccer.
Go
I'm
Ravens.
talking about real football.
Go Ravens. We got nailed. But like, yeah. So, what was I talking about? Yeah. So yeah, no. There's a Facebook group for my graduating class, And like, yeah, occasionally, it's a very small graduating class.
Yeah.
I went to like a nice school with a small class, and because the Baltimore City public schools are like terrible.
That's in the wire.
I was wondering if that was going to come out, and you're a piece of shit for doing it. That's such an easy joke. But no, yeah. So it's only about 90 people.
Wow. In the whole school.
And so, but still, like, not often. I'm assuming it's probably similar alcohol-related reasons. Someone posting it because now everybody is 21 as well.
Yeah,
As you know, you'll hear it's like, "Wow, you're still alive."
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
Man, he's still going. Check him out. He's still
it's
going.
like, wow, I really didn't think he was gonna last long. Like, and then I assume
That's
it's similar.
so sad.
I assume it's similar
At
for you.
20
That's what I meant. Is I assume
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
similar for you guys.
At like early 20s, that's really sad. Like that really makes me sad.
some of
like,
these
wow,
kids,
you're still alive?
Some of these
Awesome.
kids don't have a fucking clue, man.
Nah, man.
I was raised by a woman who had to fucking pull herself out of shit and has a good head on her shoulders. Some of these kids were raised by the most fucking, like, absent parents ever. Like,
Wow.
let them get away with shit, buy them beer sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing in America.
Yeah.
Like, it does exist. But, like, and I'm not slagging off anyone that I went to school with because whatever your upbringing is whatever. But, like, yeah, it's for real. And that like, that's another, like, we were talking about, people always ask me, is high school in movies real?
Yeah.
Which it kind of is. But
Did
also,
you wear a uniform to school?
I had a dress code.
Right. Okay. Because I remember talking to someone.
But is that like your own clothes?
You can
but
bring
to
it.
a
Yeah, no,
certain
you don't have to
extent?
buy it because like, apparently you have to buy the jackets here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up.
You have to buy pretty much the uniform. Yeah.
Well, no, like,
usually M&S.
although like there were schools around mine where they had that too,
Right.
but that's just what my school said you had to do was like you have to wear a button-down shirt that's not stupid colored, a tie that's relatively formal.
Wow.
And then just like khaki,
nice pants,
like-
khaki pants or black pants or something like that.
Khaki pants.
What is that?
That's my man. That's Evan. Fucking dude.
Oh,
from
is
Vine.
it really? Yeah.
Khaki pants. Khaki pants.
Shout out to that dude. It's one, that's the good side of the new meme stuff.
Yeah.
But that guy is who I went to high school with.
Fuck off.
No, like no, not
No.
him
Even I
personally.
meant he, not the actual guy.
That specific sort of person.
Yeah.
Yes, Rhys.
I was
fuck off.
surrounded by people like that
That's cool.
who weren't funny. But like
Oh, that's
I
unfortunate.
always
and it was
imagine there would always be
unfortunate.
like that Logan guy. What's his name? The guy.
Logan Paul,
Oh,
he
Logan
can suck
Paul.
a dick and die.
Is he the
He
YouTube?
can.
Yeah, the
He
YouTube.
actually can suck
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dick
yeah.
Several
and die.
dicks and
Yeah.
die.
And his brother can as well, and his dad.
Yeah,
all
they're
of
all
them,
pieces
They're
of shit,
all
man.
pieces of shit.
Awful.
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
That's the one serious thing I will say because like I remember when the whole Japanese
YouTube, mate.
forest-
YouTube is a cancer.
It
man.
is. I remember when the
Full-blown-
whole Suicide Forest thing happened. I was sitting in the Fighting Cocks upstairs on my computer. Kyle Larkin came in,
Yeah.
and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "So this dude just posted a video of a dead guy
Yeah.
Hanging in the notorious suicide fucking woods in Japan.
and is laughing about it." And he was like, "What?"
He's.
And I was like, "Exactly."
his problem is
and
that
then it was
he's
global news and hate the next day on him.
yeah.
And he's also made followers out of that, by the way.
Oh, of course he has. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
made
yeah.
fucking money out of that, dude.
and they're giving him his own show
He made
too.
he
yeah.
made money out of filming it. He made money out of apologizing for it, and then made money out of apologizing a second
and his
time
brother's
because the
now
first
making
time
money
wasn't
for
good
it
enough.
by trying to become a public figure.
Yeah, yeah,
They're,
yeah.
they're bullshit artists, man.
It's
they're absolute.
so nonsense. Like they're way richer than me, so they're winning. But
Yeah.
like, are they really?
Oh, he put up that video of his house, didn't he? Fuck.
Exactly.
Fuck him,
So
man.
yeah, like that. Well, like yeah, cool. That's the second serious thing I'll say. But yeah, no, fuck those guys.
The Paul family.
Where
can
were we
eat a
at
cock.
though? I guess I'm so sidetracked at this point. Should I just tell you what happened to me today?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, fuck it. Go on.
Yes.
So-
Yes.
To
This was on the way here,
yeah,
right?
To roll us back, I arrived here, and Joe asked me how I was, and I said I can't even tell you because I don't want to
You
waste.
could,
And like
but
I've
this
been,
needs to be recorded.
I've been talking like I've been on a podcast all day, but this is. It was. I knew I didn't care how jaded it was. I was. I have to. Okay,
Save
so
the
So
story.
what happened?
I texted you guys, miraculously awake.
Yeah.
Assuming I was gonna pass out after Ollie Scoble's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Ollie.
Happy birthday, Ollie.
Other sound guy, my teacher, like on
Your mentor.
I owe for real. I owe him a debt,
My life.
a very large debt for teaching me all the things that he did. but he got me fucked up. So I was still awake. I got home, sat there for 2 hours.
How could you, Ollie?
Yeah, exactly. He's only doing Sound of the Apollo in a couple weeks.
Fucking A.
Yeah, like, so they literally got there, sat there watching videos for a couple hours, a couple Cinefix videos, and then got back up, and I texted you, and I was like, miraculously awake, I'll take a shower, get there. And then, when I sent them a text about referencing the don't text and drive commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, ads, commercials, different US, UK
Oh,
thing.
yeah, of course.
Adverts, commercials.
Commercial break.
Yeah, so I pushed away from my house going down that road.
Rhys is on a skateboard at this point.
Yeah, I ride a skateboard everywhere. If you're from Kingston, you know that because you just see me everywhere. But yes, I was skating down towards Tolworth.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Well,
That's all right.
okay, you say it.
bleep.
We've mentioned it.
I'm editing this anyway. You know, so I'm maybe a block away from where my house was. Almost got hit by a van.
Fuck.
How
Never happened to me in my entire
How
life.
close?
I have never been almost hit by a car, been in a real accident besides hitting an animal with my car.
Yeah.
Like a car collision. Never done that. Nothing like that. Never been close. I was in an accident when I was a kid, actually.
Yeah.
But that was really young. Don't remember it. My mom, like, apparently we were lucky to live, but like, I don't remember that at all. I was so young. But so yeah, literally blind, like, you know, kind of an alley out of a shop.
Wow.
Van comes, put my hand, and I stopped myself on the van.
Oh, man.
And the guy was literally like, he rolled the window down. I was like, oh my God, are you okay?
I would not expect that.
And kind of that, I think, is the reason that I'm surviving from this hangover that I have.
yeah.
Is because that burst of adrenaline got me through the rest, because I was like, oh my God. And like, it was this feeling that I just couldn't come down from for a while.
Yeah.
Until, so I make it down the hill, past a couple, like not maybe a half a mile.
Yeah.
Get to like a weird intersection, and if you know,
Is that the bottom of the hill?
if you're in your head, I'm not going to say it because I don't want people to find out where you are, but in your head, you can kind of trace what I'm doing.
Yeah. Near Co-op.
Okay, well, you're just ruining it.
Fuck it.
Yes, that's exactly where it was.
Mate, we don't have diehard fans that are going to come and find out where we live.
Yeah, but you might later. I'm crossing the road in that weird crossing thing, and there is a car stopped in the middle of this intersection, which basically, if it's so unvisual if you're listening right now.
It's
about 5 ways or 6 ways. It's a lot of different weird things.
I drove through it on the driving test recently. Thank you.
Did you pass?
Thank you. No, driving lesson.
Oh, okay.
I always called it a test. I always say it at work. I got my driving test.
No, because I was excited.
Having your
I was
test.
excited
I'm like, no,
for you.
lesson,
I was excited
lesson.
for you.
No, Greg, you've had 17 driving tests in the last 2 hours.
Passed it on the first try, by the way.
Nice, well played.
Work.
Yeah, so there's a car stopped in the middle of the road, and there's 2 dudes pushing, and I've never gotten to do this before, and so I kicked my skateboard like upside down in that island thing. Yeah. And I was like, I'm fucking doing it. I've never pushed a car before, and like, because you see it in old movies, and you know, like, because
or like GoPro footage from a boat, like motor.
Fun America, Fun America UK thing, automatic manual.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you can push a car to start it again if it's manual.
Yeah.
So we were literally doing that thing from Little Miss Sunshine. And I was like, fucking, this is awesome. And so that's the second thing that happened.
Wow.
And those are the 2 things that happened.
When I was
brilliant.
walking for years ago, I was up London with our mate Lee. I was very high, and we were walking. I don't know whereabouts he was. He might have been like east or somewhere, because he was taking photos of Graph. So we were like probably east London, like going to these sketchy spots, and we're walking down this road. And like Lee was a bit ahead of me, so I was seeing if we were going the right way to find whatever we were looking for. And this guy didn't really speak much English. Was just like, "Can you help me push my car?" This woman, that didn't speak any English. Actually, this woman was just shouting at me and like pointing at this car. And this guy was like pushing and pointing at me. And I was like, I don't know if I'm getting robbed here. I don't know what's going on.
In my head, they're Italian, but
so
okay.
I went and helped. I just went and started pushing, and we were pushing like for quite. And Lee's obviously come back. Where's Greg? And he's made that pushing this car down the road with this family.
I love that.
With this fucking family, just like,
That's great. No, because you become comrades. You're like, we're gonna
get
do
into
this.
it, don't you?
Also, by the way, mega unprofesh, but I'm just gonna go take a piss.
No, that's absolutely fine.
But for real.
I think we've all got the shaky legs
yeah,
where we all need to piss.
shaky leg. I threw my whole story at it. So I will be right back. But for real though, that was like I've never done that before, and I was so happy.
I've pushed a few cars in my time.
You're still recording, right?
Yes.
So there's a Hannibal Buress joke.
I fucking love Hannibal
Where
Buress.
he's like, I'm shitting in a plane. That was that for me. Where I was like, oh my god, I'm doing the thing from Little Miss Sunshine where they're running down the hill and pushing the car. That's what it was. Okay,
I pushed an old woman in a broken down mobility scooter once.
No!
Yeah, with Lee again as well. And she's like just across the road, and it kept going. And after a while, I was like,
out of
"Miss, I've gotta
context,
go."
out of context,
I've
you're the
gotta go.
shittiest person in the world.
Why?
You pushed her down a hill.
Why? And after a while, I'm
Let
just
go,
like,
mate.
And we kept going like all the way like from like Bentals. We're like passing like Kingston Uni now.
Yeah.
And it's been going for ages. And I'm like, where am I pushing you? I thought.
I've never had the chance. I mean, I remember seeing my dad help someone when I was younger, but I've never had the fucking chance.
If you've been out there pushing cars, let us know. It's a great story.
Fucking car pushing. It's like cow tipping.
I think now is a good time for I've got to slip into a little bit of you didn't ask for it, but here's our advice anyway. Agony aunts.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question? I don't want your advice. I don't want it. I don't need to listen to your talks. I don't want your advice. I just think you should marry the dog and be happy. I don't need to know what you have to say.
Disclaimer, do not take our advice. If you do, we'll not be held accountable for inedible heartbreak. Thank you.
I've had sex with my sister. I knew it was wrong, but it felt really good. And now we're having a full-on relationship. I am 20 and she is 17.
Can I just
whoa.
intervene here? This guy doesn't sound like he's got a problem.
Also, is this an ad? Is this an ad?
This is a brag.
Yeah, like
I am 20 and she is 17. Nearly 18.
because that's in. Correct me if that's still cool in this country.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Well, it's
When, like not
not cool.
not socially, but like legally, right? That's
legally
okay.
it's
That's
acceptable.
okay. Yeah.
It's consensual.
What, to have
age.
sex with your sister?
No,
like 17 and 20.
Right, okay, yeah. My dad walked out on my mum when I was 1 year old, and I've not heard from him since.
Year-old dickhead.
Then mum's boyfriend moved in, and my sister was soon born after. We don't have the same dad. My mum.
Wait, so what's the problem?
My mum enjoys being with men, and there was an endless succession of them throughout my childhood.
hell.
A few were okay, but most were so creepy I didn't go near.
This is getting less and less like
And that's
weird.
how my sister felt too. I tried to protect her and felt like it was just me and her up against the whole world. When she was 16, she told me one of mum's boyfriend was trying it on. I punched him and told him I'd tell the police if I saw him in the house again.
And then I punched him. Ollie Scovel.
I left home as soon as I could, although I felt really guilty for leaving my sister alone with my mum, who didn't have a boyfriend at the time.
What?
My sister came round where I'm living a few months ago and asked if she could stay. She said it was awful at home. Mum's new bloke, half her age. My mum's 38 and he's 21. And my sister said it made her sick to be around them. Plus, he kept eyeing her up. I had to say yes.
Yeah, because he's 21.
One night, we'd both had a few drinks. She started crying and saying that she hated her life. I gave her a cuddle to make her feel better. Then we kissed and had sex like it was the most natural thing in the world. We've been carrying on together now for 6 months. She wants us to leave town, set up home somewhere new, and have kids.
What is this? Stand by me?
have kids together.
Isn't
But
this
I
how
know we
colonies
can't.
are created?
She wants to have kids. One of my
Whoa, what?
Yes, we said she wants to move away and have kids together, but I know we can't.
Well,
Well, no, you can.
You can.
One of
different
my-
dads.
she previously established that they're not
Step.
actually related.
Well, they are. It's the same mum.
Technically.
This is
like,
just porn.
They're very much
I've
related.
seen this
This is
porno.
porn. I'm pretty sure I watched this earlier this morning.
One of my friends found a sexy picture of her on my phone, wearing barely any clothes.
Oh, no.
You couldn't
Keep
really
that on your phone. You fucking
couldn't
belly.
really see her face.
Did you not see that Jennifer Lawrence shit? It can get anybody, man.
Yeah, dude.
So you couldn't
Thank
really
God it
see
did.
her face.
There's
so I
Koreans that
denied.
will steal your data somewhere, okay?
So I denied it was her. But I know we are playing with fire.
Ah, they're into fire as well, are they?
So the only other thing that I can think of, because we kind of solved this as we were going.
Again,
But
it
that's
doesn't
not a
seem to be any
question.
issue.
There's no question. There's
There's no
question,
issue.
and there's no issue because, like,
I mean, it is his sister. I mean, it's a different dad, but it's the same mum.
No,
so it's
but,
his
like
sister.
in the sense
So
of that agony
it is
aunt, it's
incest.
like he hasn't given like there's not like a conundrum that they're in.
there's no problem.
He's explained the situation.
He's just saying that I have this issue that I probably don't want to get rid
Yeah,
of.
that's it. I think he knows that it's wrong, and his sister's getting a little bit carried away with wanting to like
so she's treating
run
it,
away, live together.
She's treating it like he's not her
but
brother.
she's probably a very emotional, confused, barely 18-year-old sister.
Barely
And this is the only man that stood by her while the mum's taking.
Yeah, man, 17-year-old. I mean, look at that fucking girl that ran off with her teacher. She was like 15 years old.
eyeing her up and abusing her. Like,
She's just fucking. She don't know what's going on.
Exactly, though, because, like, that's, it's just everybody's had one of those relationships.
I was
with her sister?
when I was
No, fuck off.
when I was in
I don't
college.
have a sister, so you can't do
Nor
that one
have
on me.
When I was in
Nice.
college,
Joe has.
Nice.
there was these two people dating in college, right? And whilst they were dating, their parents got together, so they became stepbrother and sister.
Oh, they got
and had
married
to
and
stop
shit.
That's
seeing
messed up.
had to stop seeing each other because they were like now related and shit. And they
It's
were just
weird
like,
to
all right,
think
stepsis.
The
we've had
power of
sex."
adult boners
Oh man,
is
it's
stronger than
fucking
child
wild,
boners.
dude.
because you think when your kids are young and you're a single parent, you're probably going to meet a lot of other parents through your kids going to school.
Yeah,
So it must
absolutely.
be such a common thing to, oh, you know what? We're going to see this girl's family because my son's fucking 15.
Yeah.
But her single mum and I'm a single dad. We like each other. You're not going to be like, we can't do this because our kids are fucking,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't fucking last, are they?
No,
No.
they fucking don't know shit. It'll be
Exactly.
super. It'll be
Well,
super awkward.
Well, no, because that kind of like circles back to what I was saying is that like everybody has been young and been in one of those relationships where one person is like mega into it and the
Yeah.
other one is like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happened with a long distance relationship with me when I moved here. And I was like, wow, she's really going for it. And I kind of don't.
Yeah. Because I'm here
Because
now.
I'm here and this is my new
Yeah.
part of my life. Yeah, but yeah.
She lost interest once she heard the Die Hard 3 hat was unwearable.
Dude, that has been...
Who even is he anymore?
That has been through some shit.
I bet.
Like I they don't allow hats in Prism because like back when
What's
I
a
was
prison?
in yeah
Mate,
no.
I got fucking ripped to pieces last night because I was wearing my hat inside this bar in Wimbledon. The
Yeah,
guy,
no,
the guy
yeah,
came up to me and was like, "Do you mind taking your hat
apparently
off
that
whilst you're in here?" And just like, "Yeah," and everyone was like, "Ah."
apparently that is
wanker."
like some sort of like ooh we're a higher class faux pas.
Yeah. I've been
I
told
think
I've
it's about
taken
like
got
hide.
wearing a
It's
hat.
like so you can't like
Wearing a
fucking
hat.
hide like from CCTV and shit.
Whatever, man.
I remember a
was like, wearing
bouncer
it
gave me
backwards, man.
shit in a Druid's head for wearing a hat once.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Also, most of the people that work there are really nice.
Like, I'd been in there during the day and it turned to evening and the bouncers and they
Oh,
kept,
the bouncers is a different story.
yeah, and they came
Well,
wandering
no,
out
'cause-
back and was like, oi.
Little known fact because they're so chill and quiet. Loads of the staff from the Druids come into the Cox and they're such,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
such
no.
nice
Yeah,
people.
I know a lot of people that
Do you remember that fucking time that girl just started randomly talking to us?
Yeah, she was chatting to you first and I got, she's like, oh, you're the rap guys. You're the rapper guys.
How did you? Oh, because
you
fucking
were
Daniel.
writing
No,
lyrics
because
in there.
Daniel worked with it. Didn't
Dan worked, yeah, but Dan worked there. Lewis worked there for a while.
Yeah.
Like, fair few people worked there.
All the rap guys. She'd literally just finished her shift and like just like, can I sit with you guys? And was like, okay.
What, in the Cox?
no, in the Druids.
She did come to the Cox one night though. I remember.
Well, it's a Kingston. Everybody, it's like...
I was really drunk.
It's like that one bit in fucking.
It's all connected, man.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. You fucking
Oh,
drown.
she has
You
to
drown in
dildo
that
shoved
lake.
up
You're
her
gonna
ass.
show back up sometime soon.
Yep.
I've just watched that movie again. So
The original, or
that's
the
why-
remake.
both actually.
Wow.
Check
you out.
I actually like the
Fuck
Fincher.
you, Al
I'm a
Sean.
Fincher file. I love Fincher movies.
Yeah,
so,
fair enough.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Watch Cinefix. Told you.
Yeah.
Like plug it again. Literally. It's so good.
Reese is sponsored by Cinefix.
Yeah, you might be able to nail it someday. But no, so yeah, no, like that's what Kingston's like though, because like that's why you shouldn't piss anyone off, which
Yeah.
I've definitely done before. Which is
We've all
because
done it.
they're gonna show back up at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Everyone shows up
because there's
again.
only like 4 people.
It's like
in London.
EastEnders, man. Everyone shows up again.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's like a soap
But
opera.
no, so like this
I managed to keep
going
out the
back
plot
going
lines.
back to this dude who's fucking his stepsister. Like, either do it or you don't do it. It's gonna die at some point. So just
Yeah.
you may as well get your rocks off now, right?
He is
bad
good.
advice.
He is good at bad advice.
That is bad advice.
That is fantastically bad advice.
This
I
is
know
one of
it
those
is,
things
but
that
like,
I don't.
But it's a human thing to do, man.
true.
You know that's probably what they did because this was written like 2 years ago.
No,
This is one
yeah,
of
no.
those
The mantra is
things
just
that-
like, I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to
I'm
continue
gonna do.
doing
That's why it's hot.
I don't. Obviously, we don't usually do this, but when it is incest, I do like to know what the agony aunt was.
Oh, I mean, I guess it actually is incest. Is incest illegal in this country?
No,
I think it's legal in every country, isn't it?
Do you want to read the agony aunt's response?
Oh, do you need a different voice?
No, just do agony aunt's response.
Please stop now and think this through. You are breaking the law even if she is your half-sister. If you keep having sex, you will surely be found out before long and get in serious trouble. Not only that, but you're risking a pregnancy which could cause immense heartache and massive problems. I realise you love your sister, but this isn't helping her.
Okay, so emotionally, I'm with Deirdre, but on the other hand, like, fuck off. You guys have universal health care. She's got that implant shit that every fucking 18-year-old has. She's good to go.
She wants kids.
She's good to go.
She's good to go.
All right, and that's a reference back from when we were talking about Superbad.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. Because
these aren't dried up old ladies. They're good to go.
Yeah, these are, yeah, exactly. Spermicidal lube.
Oh, Evan!
You can't
I'm so glad you
have to buy me a new one.
You're a 3-inch dick.
Yeah, you have to buy me a new one because it exploded. But like, but no, yeah, I'm with
Also,
you.
McLovin when he's just like, I've got lube.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he was 17 when they filmed that sex scene.
Damn right.
In Cinefix.
That's relevant to this fucking conversation.
Yeah, nice. I didn't even notice that. But no, like. But yeah, like you guys have universal health care. It's free.
Yeah. Also, we don't get people like...
It's population control in the eyes of your government.
but
they don't
also,
have to pay for a baby to get born
We
later.
don't get like people
You know what?
protesting outside abortion clinics over here. They're just like, you know what, dude? Yeah.
Well, they made it illegal recently, didn't they?
What, abortion?
No, protesting it.
Oh,
like,
right.
protesters being outside abortion.
It's pretty
clinics.
harsh, man.
Dude, you guys don't need that Westboro crazy-ass pro-life shit, man.
No.
You don't need that.
Nope.
It's gnarly.
It's fucked up.
What was I about to fuck? Okay, so yeah, so me and Lizzie, obviously,
Barry's problems.
Going through adulthood, it's amazing how I can think of 3 separate times me and Lizzie have been asked, just because I have to ask you if we're brother and sister or related. When we got married, they had to ask the question. When we sat down, like, are you not related in any way? You're not brother and sister. You're not this. You're not that. No. Your parents related.
Why the fuck would they ask you
Like,
that?
because they just have to ask. Like,
He's like, no,
That's
but
not
then-
an answer.
Well,
that's like
I
a
did-
U.S.
I-
That's like a
I-
Donald Trump answer.
I did get an answer because I was like, no, we're not related. She's like, I don't mean to offend you. It's just that we get a lot of Indian families coming in.
Fucking hell.
No.
Like,
Damn.
That's way worse than I thought it was
and
going to
she's
be.
like, and she was like, and
I
sometimes
thought it was just some census shit.
and she's like, and sometimes the answer is not what you want to hear.
Oh,
And it's
no.
like, right, okay.
We are actually brother and sister.
you know, or cousins or
man.
whatever. Like, and also it got asked to us when else did it get asked to us? Something about, I think it got asked when we were sorting out looking at mortgages. But what was the second time? There was another really obvious time when I was like, oh, that's weird if you asked that again.
When she was giving birth.
Oh no, that's it.
Too late.
No, that's it. That's it. Not giving birth. When we went to go like
Get a scan.
set up the first meeting with the doctors. I'm pregnant. What do I do?
Yeah.
Right now we sit down and we ask all the questions and fill out your book and shit.
I feel like that's something that needs
was
to be
when it was
fleshed
asked.
out in, like,
that.
modern-
Actually, no, that was actually her that said about the Indian family.
I feel like that's something
It wasn't
that-
the wedding. It was
Oh,
the woman
really?
asking about the pregnancy.
Shit.
Oh, that's
she's the
even
one.
more fucked
She's the
up.
one that said to us.
That's
it's because
way
we were-
more
That's
fucked up.
extremely more fucked up. But
Yeah,
although, random thought, that's a really interesting thing that you mentioned because, like, you don't really think about that. It's like, oh, yeah, even if it's, like, a wanted pregnancy, like, there is just, I guess, that, you know, moment of, like, okay, this has happened. What now?
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucked up health shit that's going to
Oh
happen
yeah, of
to
course.
you.
Yeah, you get
Like,
asked a lot of questions. I
not
remember
me
that's-
personally, 'cause
they
I'm a
sat us
man,
both
but,
down
like-
and was like, you know, how much you smoke, how much you drink, how much do you this, how much do that. I'm like, I'm fucking drinking right now, bitch. Well, hey, were you? And they're like, were you drunk when you think you conceived? And I was like, I think so, because we didn't really know when it was. We think it was a night down the cocks. Turned out it was a night we don't really know what happened. Like, fucking.
I like the idea of you
Well,
going
if it-
really
well,
into
yeah,
it.
well-
I was down the cocks with Joe and Ed and Sarah and Lizzie. And
Yeah,
just
does
like, I
that
don't know
matter?
these people.
Yeah, does that matter?
exactly.
Do you need
Excuse
their
me,
names and numbers?
none of this will help your transcript. Like,
None of them are. I don't think they're related.
when you're at the sexual health clinic, they're just like, yeah, this doesn't,
Oh,
this isn't
fucking hell.
the stuff that we wanted to ask you about. I don't know who Lizzie or Greg or
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Like,
Have you had sex with these people? It's
No,
like,
no, those are my
well, then they're
mates.
irrelevant. Like,
That's one thing I don't miss now being married is going to the fucking sexual health clinic. Fuck. I hated going there. I remember some woman was like, do you read my mind? If in the waiting room, mate, she looked like she'd gone out all night and come straight to the sex clinic. She's like, does anyone mind if I put Jeremy Kyle on? I've got to watch Jeremy Kyle. And so they gave her the remote. to shut-
Right, so
How
it
are-
reminds
how are
her-
people
so
like-
it reminds her of her life a little bit more.
They
how
gave-
are people like that getting laid?
They gave her the mic to shut
because
the
it's
fuck
the
up.
easiest thing to do in
The
life.
mic, the controller.
You
She sat there
fall
and
on
watched
top
it.
of another person repeatedly.
Yeah. And she sat there and watched
I mean,
it.
not if you're good at
Twister.
it, but you know,
Isn't
like,
that Twister?
Yeah, we had.
She
Twister.
asked me for. She asked me if I wanted a drink afterwards.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Right
she-
back on the job.
Yeah. She asked me if I. She
Exactly.
started chatting to me in the waiting room.
Oh, I'm
like,
clean. Let's do it.
I'm
yeah.
collecting STDs. It's not going very well.
Gotta
be-
catch 'em
I'll-
all. Ash catch 'em with a fucking like.
You know
I'll be
what I
good to
did
go in
see?
11 minutes.
You know that guy who had super gonorrhea? Got cured.
Did he really?
Got cured.
Well, no, because they're saying
Not so super after all.
Well, no, like, it's not.
I like. It's still.
Science
Still
was
Just
really
regular,
Well, no, 'cause they're
just
saying-
regular gonorrhea by the sounds of it.
I think one of you might have mentioned this to me. They're saying that there's this like strain of like chlamydia that you can't cure now.
Wow.
I thought that was just
I mean,
herpes.
eventually it's gonna evolve,
because
isn't
like
it?
because it's been cured with
You
antibiotics.
can only
so much
suppress
that
it.
the
It's
virus has
grown immune
learned
to
to
it.
be immune to
Yeah,
it.
of course. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Evolution.
I am luckily I'm.
If you had
not-
chlamydia, Rhys.
Luckily, I used to be a piece of shit.
I used to have it.
But and have to go to places like that. But luckily, I've not been such a piece of shit recently.
Did you ever have
That
chlamydia?
I've avoided that. But off of podcast edit, I told you the story of who I ran into at one of those places, right?
Yeah, you did. I was gonna.
It's the person that you're thinking.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And
Did you both go together the morning after?
No, but it almost was as bad. We were in very close places in line. It was bad. And she felt the need to talk to me, and I asked her where I could get a salad to like get her mind off the fact that like,
What?
wow, it's
Is
probably
that
some
code?
dude that I know that's giving you that shit. Like,
Yeah.
but no, okay. So going back to
Both banged the same dude.
Eskimo brothers.
High five. No, I hate.
So I
going
just
to
hope
STD
it's not
clinics.
Jack. But like, anyway,
I hate going to STD clinics, man.
It's bad.
And I only went 3 times, I think. I only,
no,
I only had
because, like,
something once.
because like running back
Chlamydia.
on topic, it is like a normal, healthy thing to do if you're a single person.
It's a sensible decision to
like
make. It's a
you're
very
not
sensible decision to make.
it like it has that like stigma of like, oh, dirty, blah blah blah, you have a lot of sex. But if you go out and have sex with people, yeah, you're an idiot if you don't do it. Especially considering you guys have universal health care.
I remember I did get a lecture from one of them once, though. I was just
Did you
like,
really?
Yeah. I was just like, really?
I had to go.
They keep asking me if I'm gay. Like,
Was he gay?
well, no, because I tell them kind of,
asking
or
you
I tell
out?
them kind of, because
Yeah.
like I'm bisexual, but
Yeah.
I'm just not
Kinda
important
gay?
in my personality at all. But like they ask you it, but they keep specifically asking me if I'm gay, and I'm like.
Mate, that's not a problem.
Did you not see the
when I
box
worked at
I
H&M,
ticked?
everyone thought I was gay, and I'm not even.
Did you not see the box I ticked on the form?
You know, it is on the form. That's the fucking thing. It's like
Did you read that form?
I feel like they don't.
Gay,
I feel like that's something they
Do
just.
you want me to draw pictures next time?
Another Simpsons
I bet
reference.
it-
We're just calling to stall you while we repossess your truck. Like,
I like the idea that the form you fill out is gay, straight, other. Please explain.
well, no, fun
Oh,
fact,
he's written an explanation.
fun fact, on every census form my mom has ever filled out in her entire life, she's when it asks you what racial background she has, she writes
It's
Jedi.
behind you.
no, she crosses other and then doesn't write anything.
Wow.
Oh, fair play.
Because fuck the American fucking census.
Yeah.
Because who the hell needs to know who I am? None of you. Like,
Unless you listen to this podcast, then you know him
exactly,
very
because
well
then
now.
you know exactly who I am, probably. And you know how much out of my ass I'm talking. No.
Hopefully, with your popularity in Kingston, we'll fucking pull in a few more fucking listeners.
Well, I mean, not to be the fucking Jovic that I'm about to be, but like I have mentioned it to a couple of people, and they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, have you never heard of it?" Assuming that because these are like real like Kingston people,
Yeah.
that I'm like, this is a no-brainer for you.
Yeah.
These are people that I know like podcasts.
Yeah.
Coming full circle to actually how much I really do appreciate your guys' content.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man.
Wow.
Well,
I
no, it's
appreciate
just like,
that.
well,
Makes
you know,
it sound so much more
well, you
professional.
know, because Callum's got the bath thing, and you know what my thing is,
Yeah.
which is the spoon's breakfast
Edging.
thing.
Yeah, spoons.
Edging is a different thing.
I like the
Trying to
fact-
see if you can outlast an
I like,
episode.
I like it in a
Oh,
photo.
it's much longer than that.
I like it in a photo pops up of you having a spoon's breakfast.
Yeah, no, because it's always the breakfast and not me.
Yeah.
Because you know what's actually happened is because you've outlasted the breakfast and I'm on the bus somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, you'll get to the agony on about the incest and I'm laughing my ass off on the K3.
Yeah,
like,
excellent.
going, oh, wow. And that guy's probably crazy. I mean, I've mentioned this.
The
to you.
amount of people that send us messages saying you just made me lose it on the fucking public transport is great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, because it harkens back to when Bluetooth came out, and you actually thought that they were crazy.
Yeah, of
People
course.
talking to themselves. And
Just
shit, well,
phones
like,
in general, wouldn't it? Like, headsets. Like, fucking, this guy chatting to himself.
Well, no, because like people don't really do the whole Bluetooth thing as much anymore now, unless you're a taxi driver.
Yeah.
Or they walk around with. I hate it when they walk around with their phone like half a foot away from their mouth. Loudspeaker.
If there was ever
I hear you. Great.
If there was ever a segment that isn't on this podcast that I'd want to be in, it'd be in the bonnet of that.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
I hate that.
Ladies and gentlemen, be in your bonnet.
No, I get it.
For real though.
Yeah.
I like on the whole, I don't care what you do. Americans would call me pretty fucking libertarian.
Yeah.
As opposed, to the the Republican Democrat thing. I'm pretty fucking do what the fuck you want as long as it doesn't hurt me. But oh my god. Every time I see that shit, I pop a fucking capillary. I don't want to watch you have a conversation.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Because it's not even. It's like on the phone.
This on me.
On the phone on the bus is like barely not okay.
Yeah, it's
because
Geezedropping,
it's annoying and nobody likes it.
I feel so uncomfortable making phone calls in public.
I don't. If Lizzie answers the phone, I can tell she's on the bus. She's
I'm uncomfortable talking on the phone in any
that's
situation.
Like the biggest faux pas ever. Funny going back to Logan Paul, he did that, and everyone was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" That's barely touching the fringes of not okay. It's on the not okay side, but it's still accepted in the. But like, you idiot on your fucking phone, how FaceTiming your mate in bed somewhere because they're always in bed somewhere.
Like, how entitled and important do you think you are that people are going to give a shit?
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah, like it's a reason why people do. You know what? I'm in this sort of sense. I'm like people will stop doing that in London because there's moped gangs that will fucking rob you. I hope people like that deserve to get fucking robbed.
Was it your podcast that I was listening to about that?
I don't know.
I was listening to a podcast where you're talking where like their whole world. Oh no. Another Fighting Cocks plug, Outside the Box Comedy. I was doing sound for one of their shows. Really good host. Was
Matt Brown?
hosting. No, well, Matt Brown was there.
Yeah.
And he's actually recently started recording a really good podcast that I've been recording for him. But
he's been doing the shows there, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a Saturday afternoon, and it's not a comedy show. They'll do comedy openers, 2 or 3, and then it's just an hour of him talking to. Last one was James Acaster, and the one before that was someone who I don't. Al Murray, yeah. And it's so interesting.
I like that concept because it's as much as comedians have this bravado and they feel like they're constantly having to entertain. I don't want to see that. I want to see them sat down and talking about them.
As much as I like Math as a comic, he does a bit about renting that I think is amazing. But he's so well suited to that. You should listen to it. I hope it comes out soon. It hasn't. He's only got 2, so I'm assuming he's
like
kind of stacking them up a little bit before he starts releasing them.
The dude is it Rajesh? The guy who does Hip Hop Save My Life.
Hip Hop Save My Life.
That's great. Like because it's not he's a comedian.
I went there from somewhere. That was a bridge. Doing a bit. There was a guy who's doing a bit. What were we talking about?
Podcast.
You were saying
outside. No.
Yeah, outside the box was a plug.
Moped gangs.
Moped gangs.
Yeah, no, and there was it just so happened Russell Hicks had hosted that show, and we were talking about this dude who did this bit about the moped gangs.
Yeah.
One of which was, if you've seen the video on Facebook recently of like the jewelry store heist.
Yeah.
Which is straight out of GTA 5. And then, but there's the other, it was like, you see the videos of them just going with people's phones, and the joke was, these are millennials, and you're watching their entire life disappear before their eyes.
Yeah.
Because
I went on a massive
people that's happened to.
I went on a massive rabbit hole down a fucking YouTube of just like all these videos and shit like that happening.
Gnarly.
It's crazy.
I know so many
people getting their bikes stolen. That's another fucking one.
Well, no,
insane,
that really big video of the dude who's trying to take his bike and they smash the car window instead, and everyone's like, "I'd beat the shit out of that guy."
Like you would pour boiling water on
this
them,
country.
What is?
If that guy filming that video had gone outside while that guy was still on his property and beat the shit out of him for breaking his dad's car window and trying to steal his bike, you would get arrested for that.
Like
in America, you could shoot the shit out of him and you'd be applauded.
Well, it's like it's the story of the guy who stabbed the robber and all that shit that's been going. Did you hear about that?
No.
Recently,
this old couple,
like 70 something,
like late.
I hope
70s.
you didn't have another agony on.
No.
Cool.
This couple in their late 70s, their house got broken into, and
fuck!
he defended himself.
I've
and
heard
he
about
stabbed the guy with a screwdriver.
Every picture of him on social media and the newspapers, him with 2 Guinness glasses.
Biggest OG ever.
That's you know what, that story's really fucking sad.
Good, fucking big up that dude.
Fucking right,
big
man.
up that
fucking
dude.
And
right.
outside they're having all the everyone's coming for the flowers. For
It's
the
so
robbery
yeah,
guild
and
outside
it's
his
just
house.
like they're
Some
fucking
fucking
scumbags.
Yeah, some mark-ass 18-year-old came in his house and he
No,
fucking
he was
nailed
older
him.
than
Nah, he
older
was
than
like
that.
40 odd
Yeah.
fucking like career
really?
not career criminal, but just like a petty thief.
A prick,
Bullshit.
And his
yeah.
his partner just left him out. The guy I was with just left him outside the front and was all shit and get out of here.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
But I saw I've witnessed when I was working in Bentals. I witnessed
You've
the
seen
fucking
Heat.
jewelers get a jewelers get
That
robbed.
was insane, dude.
I saw
That
that
was-
shit
yeah,
happen.
that-
I saw
rolled
the
in on
I saw the
mopeds.
motorbikes driving round Bental Centre early in the morning. It was fucking mental.
Mate, it must have been like Dawn of the Dead. Remember
Mate,
like the
it was-
biker
yeah,
gang
mate.
turn up?
It
and that?
was- we were locked in our
that's a different
shop.
one. Yeah, the intro of Demon Days is from Dawn of the Dead.
locked in our fucking shop, couldn't get out.
What,
Gorillas.
by Gorillas?
Demon Days Gorillas, the
Yeah,
beginning
yeah.
of that album is the bit where it's doing the aerial shots of them all. Thank you, Dad, for showing me all those movies when I was way too young.
Yeah, I saw a lot of shit I shouldn't have when I was younger.
You've met my dad.
I have done, yeah.
I think
Lovely
I've
guy,
met
really
your
nice
dad
guy.
as well.
Yeah,
I
He
think
was
I met
wearing
your.
a
I think I met
podcasting
your.
hat.
he was.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I got a feeling I met your mum as well. Like,
You probably
like
have.
super.
My mom's
like,
been down loads of times. She loves the fighting cops.
Yeah.
she thinks it's the
Yeah, I
coolest
think
thing.
I've
Oh,
met
you've
your mum.
definitely introduced me. She's
no,
great. She's quality.
the
It's
one-
weird that you start meeting the friends and bar staff and the fighting cock's parents, isn't it?
I remember when
after a while?
Callum like introduced
Oh
me
yeah,
to his,
because
like his mum.
story I was
what?
gonna tell. I met Jack's dad.
I met Jack's dad. He brought him into Tommy
Shane,
Hilfiger to see
nicest
me.
dude ever.
He's a nice guy. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, like same day, I went down. My mom usually comes to visit me for Christmas because my parents are divorced, and what the fuck else is she gonna do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So as I'm the only child, so she usually comes to visit me because she likes London anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So she came down last Christmas.
Christmas just gone.
And we went to dinner, and then she dropped me off to work, and it was really cool. And anyone that listens that is a regular will remember this because she met everyone, and they were all like, "Your mom's so cool."
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then, fun fact, that was the same day that Jamie came in, and Jack's dad came in to pick him up to take him home for Christmas.
Well, of course, makes
And
sense.
so like.
It was like parents' evening with Jamie, wasn't it?
Also, no, because
This is where your
Reece
son's
is
at the moment.
performing quite well.
because even like moving, like even going one step further from that, if my mom met Jamie, that would be a scary friendship. I feel like they
Would it be? What's
get-
that film with
they
Ted
would-
Danson and Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh, Made in America.
It's weird because my mom has dreads, but like,
That's awesome.
racist.
Can't believe you said
No,
that,
because
Joe.
like,
Can't believe I was so quick
that's
to know the
that's a
title
bit
as
of
well.
a no. That's a bit that is always been a bit of a sore
We should
spot
call the
for
episode
me
Made in America.
because
Made in America. Done.
well, no, because like that was always a bit of a sore spot for me because
Oh, wait, maybe not.
all the white kids that I went to school, the rich white kids that I went to school with who'd never seen a successful black woman before, always told me that my mom looked like Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, well,
I
black
mean,
dreads. is how-
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's
yeah.
like, oh, your mom looks like Whoopi Goldberg. What? Because
Mate, it
she's
could
a
be
black
worse.
woman that has dreads.
It could be worse. They could say your mum looks like fucking Snoop Dogg. Like,
But that doesn't make any sense.
he has dreads.
And he's black.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
But no, yeah. Like,
See how easy it is to be ignorant.
No, we're not saying it looks like Snoop Dogg. We're just saying.
racism is fucking easy.
But that's the same point we're making. Like that sort of thing someone would say here. Black person dreadlocks. Oh, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Or like Bob Marley. You're like, oh, you really don't know what you're doing. Like,
Stevie Wonder.
like, I've seen people do it. I've seen people.
Now we're just naming black people.
Especially-
we are
but no, no, no.
treating black
But
people- I
especially-
mean, you are. I have stayed silent.
But I've definitely seen it. I think I saw it actually in a Weatherspoons in Surbiton. Fucking ages ago. A guy came in with dreadlocks, black guy dreadlocks, and there was these fucking dickheads at the bar, and they're all doing that. Oh,
It's always the-
all right, Bob Marley,
It's
all right, and he was just
always
like,
the-
really, like, very different dreadlocks.
Dumb, man.
it's
silly, innit?
so weird you should say that because like tying back to that's where I listen to you guys mostly because obviously I've moved so I live
Right,
in
so you're by
Surbiton
the
now
Coronation
so that's
Hall.
where
I've not
I
been in there
eat
in
my
fucking
breakfasts now. All the racists
That's my kitchen.
are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the Kingston ones. All
Nah,
the
nah.
old dudes because all like the
It gets less attention. That's why, man.
because all the old dudes that sit in the King's Ton are quiet, really friendly to each
Yeah.
other, and usually really friendly to you.
Yeah, yeah,
if it comes up, because
Yeah, yeah.
you know it's London, they're not
there's
gonna
any
actually
kind
talk
of,
to you.
like,
But yeah, if there's,
interaction,
yeah,
like-
if there's an interaction that happens, they'll usually be quite nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know this especially because shout out, they won't know because no one of these people, I bet you listen to this podcast. Like there was a kind of generation of the King's Ton staff that all kind of transplanted after work and would hang out at the Cox.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's
No.
been like that. Yeah, we used to know like Carl, who used to
Yeah.
work.
Tracy
Yeah.
used to work in
Apparently there's
Spoons.
one now, I just don't know who they are. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, and they always said the same thing. moved to Surbiton, which is the kind of a slightly more generally affluent area, whereas as opposed to Kingston being kind of really rich or just kind of Cambridge Estate. Like, lived on the Cambridge Estate, man. I've done it.
Rite
all
of
the
passage.
racist dudes are in there, man.
Yeah.
They're all like racial slur this and racial slur that. I've heard a lot, which is why I listen
Any of
to
it
the
been aimed at you?
podcast
Have you received any?
Not me, no.
No, okay.
I've actually never been called a racial slur in the UK.
Well, that's good. Have you been back home?
In the US?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Mostly out of confusion.
Mate, in the US, I've been called an N-word. I
that's
didn't understand it.
That's different. There's a difference between being called it in the rapper way as opposed to the hard R hick coming out of his tractor fucking yelling at you sort of way.
With his fucking pitchfork and shotgun.
Which hasn't happened to me very often. It happened to my mom.
You ain't from round here, are you, boy?
It happened to my mom and her side of the family loads, which is shitty. But
It is, man. It is shitty. I think it's something like I don't think you can really like comprehend in less experienced, and it's so sad that fucking people have to.
It is
experience
fucked,
it.
but like as a way to kind of come full circle, because I know that you have time constraints. Going back to the whole differences thing, you guys, like I've said this a million times to people, and I might have said it to you before, one of you before, which is the UK is an extremely racist country still. You know, like
100%.
They don't like to admit
it's
it.
just in a different way, because there's two sides. Because like I said before about you really just kind of owned the world at one point, and you know it.
Yeah.
So, whereas we've killed a bunch of people and ourselves.
I mean, it's one way of going about it, but it didn't work for Hitler.
But at the same time, nice. His birthday was 2 days ago, by the way.
Happy birthday, Hitler.
Yeah, because Ollie's birthday.
Imagine if his birthday was 420.
Ollie's birthday is the same day as the Queen, and the Queen's birthday is one day before Hitler's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ollie. I hate you.
I don't think he's going to be like being mentioned in the same sentence as Hitler.
Well, no, he's the one who told me.
Oh, fair enough. This is how he celebrates.
My three biggest mentors were born on the same day. Aside from my mom, who I would maintain is my biggest mentor still. Three biggest: Mr. McCarthy in 7th grade English, who told me that being creative was cool. Leah, my lecturer in uni, who told me that I could actually do what I wanted to do creatively, and Ollie, who taught me to do live sound.
Nice.
Same thing. Completely weird talking about racism, though. But no, yeah, you guys have been here on this island for a fucking long time, and you adopted a lot of people.
Yeah.
You've got your British Museum, which is basically, hey, look at all this shit we stole from people who were technologically inferior. But in America, everyone kind of arrived at the same time.
Right, yeah. Okay.
So, like...
Where the mashed potatoes at?
Exactly. Like, it's like...
There's the episode title.
Their KFC hasn't got mashed potatoes. It has now.
There's the episode. Where's the mashed potatoes at?
Nice, you got it, finally! But, you know, so, like, yeah, what I will say about the racism is, like, you know, it is intrinsic. You can see it in the society and stuff like that. You know, especially with your class thing, which is a lot bigger here than it is in the States. I'd say the class thing, like the whole Tory thing, is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's not really the same thing. It's kind of the rich white Republican thing in America, but it's not the same. Like the level of, like, you know, like Theresa May's husband, like that's
it's sinister.
That's a crust of something. We don't even have that.
Fucking sinister.
We don't even have that in the States. Like, you know, like Comedy Central, you guys don't have all the good shows. We don't even have that shit. Like, you guys didn't have Workaholics. We don't have rich white UK.
No.
Like,
I'd take Workaholics. Yeah. I fucking love Workaholics.
Good shit. But, like, yeah, no, in America, it's just pure hate.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly, like, people on the same rung of society who have just been taught to blame each other for their issues instead of being fucking nice to each other.
Man, I was in America as a kid as the place where you could just sue anyone for anything.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like, I remember I'd hear about it all the time. Like, as a kid.
Mate, you know what? It goes as far back as like one of the Rocky films, like Rocky 4 or something. And he's he's the big promoter guy, and he's like, "Touch me, and I'll sue."
Fucking this podcast is sponsored by Cinefix because I was just watching a thing about Rocky on Cinefix. About, like, because I haven't seen Creed yet.
I haven't.
No.
Apparently,
I heard
amazing.
it's great. I want to
it's
watch
good.
it. I'm sad to hear the sequel's like going to be by fucking Stallone's directing it and been writing it. So
Well,
it's
he directed the first one,
No,
didn't
he didn't. It was Ryan Coogler, the guy that did Black Panther.
But didn't Stallone do
He did
Rocky
Rocky 5.
Balboa?
Yeah, he did.
Because
he did the
that
fifth
yeah,
one.
he did Balboa.
really
That
good.
was good. Yeah, he did Balboa, but Creed he didn't do. But he was in
okay.
it. Now it's all his for the sequel.
Well, feel
It
like
could be
he still
good.
might.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
it's
like he
Dolph,
still might
I
make
think-
it.
Dolph
you think-
Lundgren's in it, isn't he? As
Yeah.
like, it's not. It's Dolph Lundgren's
I mean,
son.
he's not much of a fucking actor anymore.
But I think the thing
like-
about it is like
he
he's
can't really talk.
he's clearly very very passionate about Rocky and about
Well, 'cause he wrote
Rambo.
it. He wrote Rocky.
Oh, of course,
Exactly.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
in
yeah,
the Cinefix.
yeah, that was his
I
thing.
think it just recently came out because I watched it just a couple days ago, and it's like basically he wrote it for no money.
I know, yeah, he wouldn't sell it for people
Because they offered him
he wanted to write and direct
$250,000.
it.
They offered him $250,000 to write and direct it, but he might not be able to be in it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like a toss-up whether or not he was going to be in it, or he could keep it, be in it, and he'd make profit.
Yeah,
off
yeah,
the
that's
movie.
what he did himself. Yeah, he
Yeah.
fought to make it his own.
Which is gnarly when
Very
you think
similar
about
to
it.
our radio
Like,
play.
Yeah.
because they shot that movie for under $1 million.
It was low budget. Yeah.
Which is gnarly when you think.
So they
about
made
it.
Won an
money
Oscar,
back.
man. Can't go wrong.
Sly Stallone, man.
I'm gonna have to bring this podcast to an end now.
That's all right. I'll just keep recording. I'll stay.
See you later, dude.
On a slice.
This is Rhys and Joe's outside outside Eden Kebab. Oh yeah, by the way, random plug for someone who plugged me. I'm sorry to use your platform as a jumping off.
Go for
It's
it.
fine.
Because it was something that I actually wanted to mention today. Is that today is Record Store Day.
It is.
It is.
I saw people queuing last night.
Yeah,
I was
and
coming home
I
from work.
rode into town yesterday on my skateboard. People already around the block.
Yeah, I saw.
I
it,
heard
yeah.
they turned up Thursday evening,
Yeah, the day before,
Wow.
the morning.
the night before the eve of
No.
Record Store
queuing
Day.
up outside.
No,
Banquet
because John
Records, of
told
course.
me they showed up at 6 the morning of the day before.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but no,
Yeah, we should try and get John Tolley on.
you
here,
really,
man. Why
really
the fuck
should.
not?
You really should. But no, but what I was going to say was, recently he's been saying a lot of nice things about me to people. We did a Casey.
Got excited. I was gonna
Yeah,
say
'cause
us
obviously
then.
you're doing the
He did
sound.
say really good
Yeah,
things
yeah,
about
No,
you.
because I think I sent it to you because I was really drunk afterwards, and I was like, I didn't know that he did that tweet because I'm not on Twitter a lot, but he tweeted about it saying like, basically praising me a lot, and I was like, dude, there is not another person who cares more about Kingston. So
Yeah.
like, big up Banquet, like loads of our friends and everything. Meg works there and everything and stuff. Like, big up them because they're fucking great dudes.
Yeah.
That's completely.
We've big up Banquet in here before many times, especially like when big gigs have gone, especially ones you've gone to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like they're bringing people to Kingston. You
Yeah.
know, like.
Putting it on the
And,
map.
and he runs the business the right way, man. Like he's
Some of
not-
the responses we've had to episodes, we've talked about stuff as being, man, Kingston has some good fucking bands playing in it.
It's
like,
all.
fuck
It
yeah.
does. It
It's
really
all
does.
because of the people. No, I'm not going to say because of the Cox, but the people that we have in our circle.
Yeah.
The very kind of tight knit Kingston music scene.
Yeah.
A mixture of that,
Absolutely.
a handful of the booking people that we all know. and
Also,
then-
a
and
very
then John.
welcoming scene as well. So fucking, if you've got a band, fucking just do it.
Actually, that brings a nice point. Actually, because we're gonna recently, well, in the next
Oh,
episode.
what a great fucking
What a
segue.
great segue.
I know what you're talking about, and
because
that's awesome.
we're gonna do a music episode, and
Yeah.
we've had a bunch of people send in music. Rhys, you sent us, or you're gonna send us some
I will
as well.
send you something. I don't know what it is.
That's fine. Of your choice.
Well, you've already played one of my songs from the album that I put
Yeah.
out. So
Well,
I feel like
yeah.
I should
Well,
send
don't send
you...
us that
And that's
one.
a different track.
Hey guys, here's the. It's a different
Basically,
mix,
what Joe's
actually.
saying is,
it's
next
a different.
episode,
It's a different mix.
if you're in a
actually.
band, if you have friends that are in bands, send us their music.
you will
Fuck
have
it.
you will have a, when you will play any episode. We are doing a music
Well, this
episode
is-
next, so by the time this comes
We're
out, you'll have a short
stockpiling.
window. But
I've heard High Rise
we
have a new
will.
song.
We have played High Rise in here. I think
Good for them.
we have played High Rise in here.
No, but for real, like Jovic is actually a really nice guy. I
Yeah,
said
he
I
is.
said
Man,
being
he's
a Jovic
passionate.
earlier,
He's passionate about his
he's
project. You can't
really,
go wrong with that.
really into what he's doing, and I've never seen someone who's that like absorbed
he runs
in his
in head
in
first.
his
Yeah, he's
craft.
actually on it.
And like I've got only respect for him. He opened that show that I was talking about that John tweeted
Right,
about.
yeah.
It's the best I've ever seen them.
Wow.
It was a young crowd full of kids who were mostly from other parts of London because
Yeah.
it was because they sold out their show that they're playing soon actually,
Yeah.
the Casey show. Kind of an emo.
Oh, yeah, I
rock
know
band.
Casey, yeah.
Really good band. They were really nice to me as well. But like, yeah, and they fucking rallied that crowd.
Yeah.
They got them jumping for
doing it.
45
Yeah.
minutes, and then brought them. Casey went to a very warmed up.
Tom, the
crowd.
guitarist, usually just like leaves the stage and off playing because he has leaders fucking.
Yeah, I
guitar
chat
most
to-
time.
I've
And
chatted
he's
to Tom a
usually
few
off
times.
He's usually off on the fucking bench, playing guitar.
Tom is one of my favorite people to talk to. In the
Yeah, he's
world.
great.
But no, I'm really excited just to I know that you have stuff to do. So I'm really excited to see what happens with that music episode.
Yeah.
Because that was the first thing that I ever spoke to you guys about talking
And
about
fuck
on
it,
the podcast.
they're probably not going to listen or listening, but fucking Model Citizens, send us some fucking
Fuck
music.
yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Send us music.
They've
And
recorded.
Earthtide
I know
recorded
they
an
have
We know.
recorded.
We need it. We want
Everybody
it.
knows they've recorded. It doesn't take that long to mix and master a fucking.
just
I
time,
don't want
isn't
to like.
EP.
I don't want it to be an exclusive. They can fucking put out whatever, but I want to play some Model Citizens because it's fucking great.
That's I
It's
fucking
fucking brilliant.
Last thing I'll say about me, which was did that. That's gross. I did that release show at the Cox, which was a great time for me because loads of my friends came, and Kieran from Foamers came,
And Spandex
and
off.
Carlos texted me and everything. Yeah. So I was like, there's no other opener that I want.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are playing at this, and they're like,
Yeah.
of course we fucking are. Like, because I've never seen such a good band come out of nothing.
Yeah. I came out
So
of
good.
nowhere as well, didn't they?
Because Hassan told me about.
I mean, we've always known he's a great fucking musician.
Yeah,
Mate, I've seen like mate.
John's
I've got,
an amazing drummer.
I've got
me
an
as a drummer
EP.
that matters, but Hassan's just such a talented
Mate,
dude.
I've got an EP of one of Hassan's first band, which is
You told me about
Agent
that,
Elf.
yeah.
Oh, Agent Elf.
Oh my god, I've still got it
I
for
remember Agent
years.
Elf.
I've had it on my iPod, and it's just so fucking good.
So, spoilers, next episode is going to be a music one. We're very excited.
So send us your music.
Yeah, no,
if you have music, send us your music.
You know, I will.
And Rhys will send the tracks to
I will say. I will send in something. I don't know if it will be a winter into spring thing because I'm really over that now.
What's the name
that
of
I've
your
done
album?
It is the name of my album that I released.
Send us
it will
anything.
materialize
Well done with that, man, by the way.
By the time you're, thank you.
Yeah, sounds
no,
great.
it took a long time because you guys heard about it enough.
Yeah.
It took a long time. It will materialize on iTunes, Spotify, and everything soon because there was a majestic fuck up with my artist account.
Right, yeah.
So it all got detached from other stuff, which
Yeah.
was weird. But it will materialize at some point. Yeah, I put out an album called Winter to Spring.
Go and find Sing a Song on Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
SoundCloud as well. SoundCloud.
I'm
You
just-
saw Bandcamp.
You
Nah,
can
on
listen to it.
SoundCloud, he's a rapper.
Well, yeah, exactly. Everybody used to be a SoundCloud rapper.
Little hair.
I've never tried. God's honest truth, I've never tried it.
Never tried rapping?
No,
You don't have to.
never tried it. Even
not
when
like
my friends were doing,
it's not
even
like
when my friends were doing
cigarettes.
ciphers and shit, I'd be the guy who sang the chorus.
Me and
That's
Rhys
cool.
have had several conversations about Kendrick Lamar songs that we'd like to perform.
Oh, I remember you told me about that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, how sick would it be if we played "I" live?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. And then we both realized how hard that song is. to
So
play.
hard.
It's
Up to about the bridge.
because
It's
an
so
Isley,
fucking
it's an Isley
like
Brothers song, right?
yeah, pretty much.
And it's a really simple song to play, but in my head, playing that song and doing half of the verses with you.
It always reminds me of Who's That Lady? Do you know that one?
Is that also an Isley Brothers?
Probably it could be the actual song that it actually is.
No, because it's a song that I don't know. I know exactly what you're talking about as well, but I think that also is an Isley Brothers song. Bleh. I have to drink. I did it. That's a perfect time to fucking go.
I'm
isn't
going
it?
to put a pin in it. Guys, fucking.
Thank you so
awesome,
much.
Awesome having you here.
Rhys, thanks for
man.
coming
No,
along, man.
it's been
Man,
a long
we
time.
spoke for
I feel like
2 hours.
I feel like this isn't over.
No, it doesn't.
It likely isn't.
No,
this
we
is
started
too,
going
this
quite
is-
deep on it,
Yeah.
but in a
this
good
is
way.
too comfortable.
Yeah, it was too comfortable.
It's hard
It
to wrap
was
it up
actually
when it's
very
going so
comfortable.
well.
This, I'm
actually really annoyed that I have to go.
I know.
It's my
well,
fault.
no,
It's my
because
fault
that
we're
way,
cutting it down to 2 hours.
that way, there's less cuts,
Exactly.
and hopefully we'll be able to get to do something else before I go.
In the next
Fucking
couple of
A.
months.
Yeah, no, that
Before
no,
I don't even know. It's obviously mentioned that Rhys is actually heading back to America
yes,
soon.
Yeah, man.
Time is up in UK, unfortunately.
One final
Visas
blowout
and what
before you
have
go.
yeah, man. The month of July is going to be a very drunk month.
Yeah.
Fucking get down and be part of that.
Yeah, you probably will.
Come to Kingston for one more reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One other reason besides the one reason you had to go to Kingston. But no, I really do appreciate it. I've been a fan for a fucking long time, so it's
Thanks, man.
It's
Thanks,
quite a
man.
surreal experience to actually be
Yeah.
here.
No, it's been awesome fucking having you here. We love fucking having a guest, especially from the Cox, because it just, again, it's just so much easier and natural to fucking talk.
Yeah.
And listeners are like, I don't know who this person is.
And we can have a chat and not spend 40 quid, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah. No, unless you're like Owen spending 150 in one night.
harsh.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We will catch you on the next episode. I, of course, have been Greg, where the mashed potatoes Armstrong.
Dickhead.
And I've been Joe. There's the mashed potatoes,
Oh!
Jackson.
If I knew it was that kind of part, I'd put my dick in the mashed potatoes.
You're putting your dick in the mashed potato.
Well, that just makes me think
What
about
song's
the
that
whole.
from? Is that
makes
from
me-
Beastie Boys
That
song?
is a thing, isn't it?
It sounds like
If I knew
That
that
just
kind
makes
of
me
party,
think
I'd
of
put
the
my
whole-
dick in the mashed potatoes.
That just makes me
like
think of the-
Bloodhound Gang.
That makes me think of the zero punctuation sticking your dick in a cake thing. But like, what is that from?
Have you ever flushed a cake? Have you ever flushed a cake down the toilet?
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.